Rates, policy forms, and availability vary by state. Did you know that life insurance rates are near record lows? If you own life insurance or are thinking of buying any, why spend more than you have to? I'm Byron Udell, founder of AccuQuote. Since 1986, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people just like you save a fortune on their life insurance. Here's how we do it. We monitor the products offered by dozens of the most well-respected brand-name life insurance companies you trust so that you get the lowest rates. For example, a healthy 40-year-old can buy $500,000 of 10-year level term for less than $21 a month. 20 and 30-year rates are also available. And don't forget to ask us about the new term life plans that guarantee your money back even if you don't die. Take 5 minutes and call AccuQuote for your free quote at 800-654-2075. Find out how much you can save on your life insurance. Call AccuQuote today at 800-654-2075. That's 800-654-2075.
Blog Talk Radio.
Get our intro music on. You're not yelling at me to stop it this time.
Not yet. I never yell at you until the lyrics are about to come up. I always give it to at least the drums.
We've got drums. Okay.
Now I can yell at you.
All right, so that's it for our intro song. We cheaped out on that one. I didn't even hook up the amplifier and play that loud.
No,
but that's okay.
I could barely hear our own opening music.
I could barely hear it, too. I don't think anyone else did, but that's okay. Our music thing, that's going to come up again, though, because I have that as part of our intro music is going to be one of our trivia questions, not just what it is, because that's too easy. Mm-hmm. But there's a whole trivia question that goes along with that. That's going to be part of that live broadcast that we're doing. Here's a plug: World of Beer, February 13th.
Pluggy plug plug.
That's right. If we can't plug it on our own show,
then where can we plug it?
Exactly. If you know where we can plug it, you can reach us on Twitter at Frank the Unicorn. Okay, so we've got. Let's introduce. We've got Bushwood with us live in the studio. We had an enormous positive reaction to their appearance last week when you guys called in when we played some tracks. It was great. So now this is even better because you guys are in the studio with us and you guys have been playing since you got here. I mean, your setup time was like about 30 seconds, which was just to take guitars out of cases and then just play. And I can tell you from they've been playing since they walked in. You guys are gonna love this.
That is, except when I'm eating this delicious apple pie.
Right. Well, we wanted.
Wait, there's pie?
There's pie, and we'll get you some pie too. We wanted to be hospitable because we appreciate you guys coming in, and we're really looking forward to having you on the show. And definitely, we're gonna have a great music segment this week.
All right.
It's gonna be.
That's two greats, everybody. We got to live up to that.
And apple pie.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to live up to that. They have to live up.
That's a good point.
But they will. They have been.
No pressure.
What would you know about pressure?
Right. Little Ace Ventura reference to start the show. All right. So, yes, there's a big pile of Seagal here. We're gonna talk about
a huge pile of
Seagal
a
here.
steaming pile of Seagal. Look at some of those titles.
It's melting the floor. It's
wow.
so big. Okay.
Under Siege in there?
No, but Under Siege 2 is in here.
Thank God, at least one of the Under Sieges is in there because some of those are truly.
Yeah.
Truly
Hold on. No. We're gonna get to the big pile of Seagal.
How do you change the essence of a man?
Apparently with a moo-moo and an accent. I don't know. Ponytail. All right. So we have a whole lot of stuff. We're going to talk about a couple things. We had the great show last week. Okay. We've got Bushwood's here with us now. There's a couple other things we just want to mention real quick. You know, we're in talk radio in South Florida, so we do have to mention and give a little bit of respect to Neil Rogers, who sadly passed away on Friday.
That is sad.
You know, Neil Rogers was basically the pioneer of South Florida talk radio. He was loudmouth, obscene. He was all the things a talk radio host needed to be.
Where would we be without loudmouth, obscene people?
Right, exactly. Whether you liked him or not, it doesn't matter. He was a pioneer. I personally like Neil Rogers a lot, but we'll miss him, and it's sad to see him go. So we say goodbye to Neil Rogers. And along the same lines, you see I have the photo out.
I see. GLKF3 is watching us.
I have the beer. I'm drinking a Heineken on air in honor of George.
Shouldn't you be drinking a Killian's on air?
Well, no, because he preferred the Heineken. Actually, in that picture, that beer in his hand there is a Heineken.
Gotcha.
You can't really see it because it's cut off, but it's his birthday today. He would be 37 today, so we just wanted to acknowledge that, and also to say happy birthday to his brother Sean, who shares a birthday with George.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Although they're
That's impressive timing.
Although they're not twins. Very strange. Very strange.
Good timing, but
Their parents were on a schedule.
It is. So we're going to talk. The live event we have coming up again. It's February 13th at World of Beer. The invitations are going out the first week of January, and those are being provided by SRK Advertising. So we wanted to thank SRK, and we've got a new raffle prize that's provided by Sophie Bella USA, and that's ladies sportswear. They do sportswear.
Are we giving away lady sportswear?
Yep.
Does that mean we have lady sportswear?
Not in our possession currently, but the folks, thankfully, the nice folks at Sophie Bella are going to provide that to us. And if you want to follow them on Twitter, that's Sophie Bella USA. So just give them a follow on Twitter, and of course you can always follow us on Twitter at Frank the Unicorn. And the other big news we have for this week, huge news. Well, and I'm sorry, of course, Bushwood. You should be following Bushwood on Twitter as well. And your Twitter handle is at
Bushwood Band.
Bushwood Band. It's the same as the website because the website's bushwoodband.com. So the Twitter's the same, Bushwood Band. We also have, this is a first, we got us a fancy 1-800 number.
We got us a 1-800 number?
We got us a 1-800 number. People can now call us toll-free if they want to talk to us. Now there's no reason why they shouldn't be calling us with Beans List topics. They shouldn't be calling us to discuss these crappy
Except
movies.
for the fact that it's this show. That's a reason.
Right. 877-404-0838. And no, yes, I will. And no, I'm sorry, but 1-800-Unicorn was not available.
Thank God for that.
404-0838. You got that? So we'll put that out there. We've got that going on Twitter. All right. So do you want to discuss this giant big pile of Seagal or what? Because
I sure do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I just want to mention, we said last week that you were going to wear, I said you have to wear your Bushwood Country Club t-shirt.
And I am wearing my
You
Bushwood
are wearing it
Country
because
Club
it's the inspiration for the band name.
Indeed.
And of course, from the movie Caddyshack. So.
And for this week's Beans List, which we will get to.
Okay, we will. We will get to that. But first, okay, so here's the thing, all right? Here's where this giant pile of Seagal comes from. And what we're referring to here is there's a stack of Steven Seagal DVDs here in the studio with me, 12 high. There's 12 Steven Seagal DVDs stacked up here.
Now, a guy Steven Seagal's size should have a baker's dozen. He shouldn't just have a dozen.
Well, these were all gifts that I received.
I'm just
of
saying.
course, we recently had a holiday. Some of you may be aware of it. Maybe you celebrated. I don't know.
Well, right. My birthday was this week.
Yes, your birthday was
right.
this week. That's true.
That was a holiday.
I was referring to the birth of someone else. That
No,
people tend to
Beans
celebrate.
Day is really...
Beans Day is the one.
Yeah.
22nd. That's the important one.
That's right.
Because it's right after the solstice.
Darn tootin'.
Okay.
There was a neato eclipse.
That's true. There was a lunar eclipse.
I had a nice little birthday eclipse.
Did you plan that?
I did.
You did. All right.
I did.
How much did that cost? Was that a gift? Did someone buy that for you?
That was a gift.
That was a gift?
It was a Chinese knockoff eclipse, which is why the moon turned red.
Okay. All right. I see.
So, just like the toys.
Referring to the fact that earlier in the broadcast, actually about a minute before we went on air, I provided you with your birthday gift.
That's only because I got here a minute before we went on air.
That's true, and it's because we're so well prepared and we do a good job in preparation and
we're a little late this week.
We take the show seriously. All right, which we do, we really do. But so I gave
really
you the world's best Power Rangers knockoffs.
What were they called again? Because they had a cool
The
name.
Superior Force fighting team or something. Yeah, I don't know. But and of course they were all represented there. I don't know how much you can actually articulate those.
Those don't need to be articulated.
No.
They're articulated enough just by existing.
Just okay.
As long as you got Zord on, that's all that matters.
There you go. And don't lick them because I do think they are covered in lead
They're
paint.
probably covered in lead paint.
Don't lick them. Don't put them in your mouth.
Delicious lead paint.
And if you've been eating delicious lead paint, you can call us 877. Now toll free 877-404-0838. So
in fact, if you've been eating delicious lead paint, that's the only reason you would call us. I have to ask before we go any further, what happened to your finger? There is a neon green Kermit the Frog Band-Aid on your finger. What did you do to yourself?
I sliced my finger open this morning with a knife.
How dare you?
I know. It was actually really bad timing. Because
Were you perhaps slicing pie?
No, I was not. I was not slicing pie. Unfortunately, it's particularly bad timing because then Bushwood comes in and they say, "Oh, banjo, let's jam." Well, I can't really jam with a bad index finger on the fret hand.
Nonsense.
Doesn't work. We tried. We did a little one finger jam. Thankfully, they're good enough that they covered me, so it all worked out great.
You guys don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. That's nice. All right, it's good to know you got my back.
Always.
I appreciate it.
Way back.
All the way in the back,
All
right?
the way back.
Totally in the back. All right. with your back to me, as a matter of going the other way. Is that right?
Usually, yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I do when there's trouble.
Yeah, okay. So 877-404-0838, and, of course, twitter.com at Frank the Unicorn, or you can tweet at Bushwood Band as well. So here's what we've got. We've got this giant stack of cigars. Now, here's the thing. You should have seen. Now, these were a gift that I received. My in-laws gave them to me because, they know I love the cigar. So as I individually am unwrapping each one of these, the look of horror upon the face of Mrs. the Unicorn as it's yet another Steven Seagal movie. It's yet another Steven Seagal movie.
The last one, Divorce Papers.
From her. Yeah. Okay, but let's now. Yes, some of these.
They wrap every Steven Seagal movie individually.
Which is already more care than was put into any one of those movies.
Than making any of the films. That's true. No, they actually wrap them six in one and 6 in one. The visual is better though if you picture her just seeing each one slowly unwrapping. So all right, but so some of these films, yes, are well-known Steven Seagal films. Anyone with
perhaps one of them.
One of them.
I think the rest are
two.
all
the worst of the worst. It leads me to wonder though. Okay. Because if you look at it, Seagal had a really great box office career up until a certain point, and it just stopped immediately. There was no fall off. Like John Claude had a fall off.
Straight from Under Siege 2 to The Patriot.
Yeah, done, finished. Okay. What other action stars have we seen that have had a similar career drop off? The one that I can tend to think of, Brendan Fraser to a certain extent, after The Mummy. Maybe The Mummy Returns.
But at least The Mummy 3 went theatrical just like maybe 2 summers ago.
He's had theatrical releases, but...
The man gave us furry vengeance.
Maybe Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren, maybe.
Dolph Lundgren. Eric Roberts actually had a pretty similar drop-off because he was like being pimped as a big action guy.
That's true.
Then all of a sudden he's in direct-to-video stuff. Playing third banana to, Steven Seagal.
And now he's best known, of course, for being Julia Roberts' older brother. Which he should be best known for being the Coca-Cola Kid, but that's a whole other, all right. But anyway, so Steven Seagal, this first movie, Urban Justice, Steven Seagal, Eddie Griffin. I have never seen this. However, apparently when revenge is personal, justice can be brutal.
Yeah.
Every single one of these has almost the exact same description on the back of it.
That's because they're the same movie. But
it's hilarious.
There's a couple things I love about Urban Justice.
Is it that Seagal is taking over the hood? Actual quote?
That's part of it.
That's part of it?
Part of it is that he's got one of those indefinable, unplaceable accents in that movie that's just so much fun. But my favorite thing about it, he's developed this sort of power kick for that movie. That's like his signature move in that movie.
Oh, boy.
Where, he'll get into the usual...
break your arm, throw you through a window.
No, the usual late period direct-to-video Seagal fights where he'll move his arm and then there's 25 cuts and someone flies out a window.
Right.
And you never actually see Seagal touch anybody.
You just see his foot in the air and then a guy's face flying across the screen.
So there's those, but now he ends them with this big power kick to the chest, which sends people flying 90 feet. It's terrific.
There's always a fight on top of a train.
Yep.
It's going to happen in the Seagal movie.
But there's something about the squibs they use in this movie, the bullet hits. I don't know what it is, but blood goes maybe 60 feet out of every single individual who gets hit. It's worth watching just for that.
I cannot wait to make Mrs. the Unicorn watch this film.
And I can see that she cannot wait either.
She's shaking her head.
I promise you this is the best of this whole bunch.
If you have seen, it's not, but if you have seen.
No, it really is.
It really isn't. If you've seen Urban Justice, 1-877-404-0838, or Twitter at Frank Unicorn. Next, we've got Belly of the Beast.
Now, if you're Steven Seagal, if you're Steven Seagal's size, are you really going to make a movie called Belly of the Beast at this point in your career?
You would think that it's a bad title. It's a bad title.
Me making a movie called Belly of the Beast.
I'm not
going to do that.
Well, a father's rage knows no limit.
It's true.
Let's get through I'll tell you what, during the musical break, I'll get you pie. How about that? All right? Intrigue, seduction, betrayal, and action all the way. Again, it's always he's a former cop or he's a former CIA agent, someone wrongs him. Okay, at Robot Embassy says, talk about exit wounds. That's the best one. Exit wounds is in there, so we'll get to exit wounds in a minute. I know at Robot Embassy loves the DMS, so.
X don't give it to her.
No.
She should let her landlady know to let UPS in this week. Because X don't give it to her.
That just gets a groan. We'll just put down Belly of the Beast because you just made the best. You made the best joke about that. Ponytail. That would be a good one too. That would be a very good one.
That's his porn movie.
Ponytail the Beast. Nice. All right. Out of Reach. Okay.
Much like the script was.
It's a split second between hit or miss. This just looks terrible. I mean,
it is.
It looks just like the type of bad Seagal that I want to watch.
If I'm not mistaken, that's one of the ones where he's in it for maybe 10 minutes and his voice is dubbed.
Oh, that's
fantastic. A lot of these were shot in Romania or whatever, and they dubbed his voice with someone else's, which is kind of awesome because you're looking forward to that Seagal voice, and then you get something else.
And then you get nothing. We've got our in-studio guests coming in.
Holy Lord, a lot of people.
We've got a lot of in-studio guests coming in. I'll just remind them that we're live on the air right now, and we're talking about some Steven Seagal, so just be aware of that. All right, now we've gotten to the pinnacle of this entire pile. And it is a pile, let's be honest,
yes,
right?
It is.
Okay. Should we save the discussion on Under Siege 2, or should we jump right?
We can talk about
Under Siege 2. Okay. A film that represents for me one of the great missteps in Steven Seagal's career. Not the film itself, the fact that he didn't continue the character after making this film.
Casey Ryback.
Casey Ryback was Steven Seagal's best character. It's his most identifiable character. It's a character
his only identifiable character.
Come on.
Who talks about Nico Toscani?
I was just going to say you could name any cop named Nico, and that's a Steven Seagal character.
So I do like the name Mason Storm.
Mason Storm. He has the most ridiculous names. That's true.
I thought before Bushwood you were going to be called Mason Storm.
Yeah, that too.
Actually, that could work. That could work. All right. Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. Obviously, basically they call it Die Hard on a Train. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Again,
Well, Die Hard was good, though.
That's true. I thought Under Siege 2 was great. The only failure I had with that was, it's Eric Bogosian as a villain.
I love Eric Bogosian.
How intimidating, though, can he really be?
He's like the world's most demented English professor. I love him in that.
Right, which is why it's like, come on, really?
Hey, chance favors the prepared mind.
I have some issues with him as a villain. I liked Everett McGill. We talked about Everett McGill.
Because where are you going to go from Gary Busey and
Tommy Lee Jones
in the first one? Where are you going to go if not straight to Eric Bogosian and Everett McGill?
You know who would have been better? Christopher Walken.
No.
Yes.
Maybe in Fire Down Below, not in Under Siege 2.
You don't think so?
No.
I think in Under Siege 2 he would have been a lot better.
No.
Oh, yeah. With the crazy Max Zorn hair and Grace Slick as his sidekick, that would have been great.
Grace Slick?
Yeah.
I assume you mean Grace Jones.
Grace Jones. Well, Grace Slick would work, too. She could terrify.
She would
trust
have
me.
talked like this the whole time.
Yeah. She would have, trust me, she would have scared the hell out of Seagal when she showed up.
That's true.
Grace Slick, what the hell are you doing here? You don't want to be on a train with Grace Slick.
No,
you don't. You don't want to be on anything with Grace Slick.
All right, moving on.
All right, so welcome in studio guests. Okay, now you just mentioned this film, Fire Down Below.
Fire Down Below.
Another Seagal classic
with Marg Helgenberger and Chris Christopherson, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. That's correct. And
a goofy fringed jacket.
A goofy fringed jacket and Seagal playing
stranger than the fringed jacket from On Deadly Ground.
And Seagal playing, which is tough to top, and Seagal playing some guitar. This is where he starts with the music. This is where the music career started, was with this very film, because he played some guitar with Marty Stewart in this film.
Nice.
And oh yes, indeed.
He does his own stuff, and he also has a band called Thunderbox.
Yes, he's known as the Mojo Priest, as a matter of fact. Which this leads back to something we were talking about earlier. One of the trivia questions we will have coming forward, and I'm just going to give it as a hint here. People can go back and do research to figure this out. We've had 3 songs featured as our opening music. Which can you name all 3 of those songs?
I can only name one.
That's the trivia. That's the trivia. I know. I can name all 3.
And I can only name that because we do it every week.
Because we do it every week.
We got it.
Oh, thanks. I got a Lafindamon there. It's a nice, wonderful beer. Okay. It is. Well, I can't drink the Lafindamon on air. By the time I would finish it, I wouldn't be able to finish the show.
Chug it.
No. It's very strong. It's a very strong French Canadian beer. It's
all
really
right,
good.
I'll drink it.
All right. Anyway, so if you know, you can put this out on Twitter. We're looking for the 3 songs that we've used as our opening music on the show. That's what.
What do they win it?
If they get that, we'll give them the first ever Frank the Unicorn official Frank the Unicorn radio program T-shirt.
Sweet.
So cool. I want
Which those are coming soon, and if you can answer that question, you got to send it to us via Twitter. I need phones on vibrate, people. Whose phone's going off here? Seriously. All right.
That was your computer.
That was my computer. All right.
now you have to chug the Lafindamon.
Yeah, no. So this show is going well. Anyway, so we put out our trivia contest there. All right. Next, let's just keep going with Seagal. Exit wounds.
Was that the one with Tom Arnold?
As a matter of fact, Tom Arnold is in this film.
That's what I thought.
Also, and directed by the director of Romeo Must Die, by the way, which I can't pronounce his name. Andrzej Bartkowiak. Wow. You still impress me sometimes. It shocks and amazes me. Yeah, and I think this actually was his last theatrical film, wasn't it?
Half Past Dead was.
Half Past Dead.
That was PG-13 and doesn't count. But he plays a Russian, which
in Exit Wounds, that would make for another great Seagal accent.
Half Past Dead.
Mm.
But Exit Wounds was probably the last one anyone noticed. The last major release of his. But it was more because of DMX.
Besides his porno Thunderbox.
That's true. The thing with Exit Wounds is there's a scene where they're having a sword fight with the blades from paper cutters, which is just as silly as it sounds, and they're like flipping around on wires, and it's just really, truly awful.
Blades from paper cutters.
Yes, they pull the blades out of paper cutters and have a little sword fight. Don't you want to see it now? Don't you want to turn it on right now?
I want to stop the show and put the film on immediately.
And your comic relief is Tom Arnold and Anthony Anderson, so take from that what you will.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I would choose Anthony Anderson over Tom Arnold any day.
I would
As
also.
would everyone else.
Yes.
Except for when he's in Coneheads.
maybe Rose. Well, no, I guess she'd probably pick Anthony Anderson at this point too.
All right.
Yeah. This one now. What a great title for a film. What a great Pistol Whip.
Actually,
with Lance Henriksen.
That's what I was about to say. Who knew? An actual good movie.
An actual good movie.
Yes. And not even in a silly Steven Seagal kind of way. It's actually a halfway decent movie.
All right. At LadyBella54 says, no more Seagal or ladies are turning off. Wow. We made it through, let's see, just over half the list. Just over half our list of Seagal, and we have listeners demanding that we not discuss a topic where they will not listen. Listener. That's true. You know what? We can just talk about the Alf Christmas special if you like.
Oh, no, we can't. I'll cry. I hate the Alf Christmas special.
I know.
We must do what the ladies demand.
I think I'd like to say that. Yeah.
Well, let's just run through the rest of these. So, Pistol Whip is a decent film.
It's a genuinely good movie.
Okay. The rest of these, they just get more ridiculous. Out for a Kill.
I just love that title because it makes no sense at all. Hey, where are you going, honey? Oh, out for a kill.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all. Clearly, they're trying to. Clearly, what they did was they said out for justice.
On deadly ground. It's all Steven Seagal is, but now he's out for a kill.
Hard to kill.
A Sunday stroll.
Out for justice. Hard to kill. Put them together. Out for a kill.
Yeah.
Out for justice or Alf for justice?
That's a movie I would go see.
Alf for justice.
Alf for justice.
That would be
Alf beating people with a pool cue. I would go see that movie.
How about this? Alf for justice. Alf plays Steven Seagal.
That's what I'm saying.
With the ponytail, but in the film, he's Steven Seagal. That's the name of his character. He's Steven Seagal, the film actor, played by Alf.
No, it's better if you just do a straight-on Out for Justice remake with Alf.
With Alf as Steven Seagal.
Beating the guy with a pool cue.
You ain't nothing but a badge of the gun, Shumway.
The only difference is instead of the puppy he saves the cat, and then of course eats it.
It needs it. Okay. All right.
Never eat anybody, okay?
Shadow
he
Man.
the cat for like 5 seasons.
That's true. He never ate the cat because it would have been too much of a tip-off to the Achmonics who live next door. All right, Shadow Man, meh.
I wouldn't bother with it.
This one.
You might want to use that one as a coaster.
This one, the cover alone.
His voice is dubbed through
the cover alone for me makes this Into the Sun. I mean, come on.
Because
come on.
He's
just casually walking away from an explosion, you know,
with an AK-47 strapped to his
yeah.
back.
Walking away from an explosion casually.
Hey, it's got a.
It's all about that jaunty angle his neck is turned.
Yeah, of course. And you know.
In his back pocket.
Yeah. I'll just put on this Matrix coat and walk away from this explosion real quick. All right. Yeah, and this one is great too because if you look at the back, it's directed by Mink, and Mink keeps their name in all lowercase letters, which is just bizarre. All right, and then Steven Seagal submerged. This gives me some hope. If Steven Seagal were submerged, I don't think he could stay submerged. He would just float to the top.
That one was supposed to be a horror movie, and it got turned. The horror movie aspect of it got turned into that one Against the Dark. But Submerged was originally supposed to be a horror movie, and it's filmed like it is, and then they just re-edited it to turn it into a straightforward.
It takes place on a submarine.
I know.
Isn't it? Wait, isn't Into the Dark the vampire movie?
Yep.
Were there vampire? They were supposed to be vampires on the submarine.
Yes.
Wow.
How much better than Snakes on a Plane?
Let me just say this. Let me just take a minute here and speak to the producers here. David Varad, Daphne Lerner, and Paul D'Souza. Boy, you missed.
Yep.
You should have kept the vampires on the sub. No, Steven Seagal and Katie Seagal are not related, and they're not married either.
They spell it differently.
No, they spell it differently, and no, they're not related.
So how cool would it be if they were?
Yeah.
Can picture Steven Seagal coming home like Al Bundy?
Oh, Steve. Yeah, I could see that a little bit. Sticking his hand in his moo-moo at the end of the day? No.
So it seems that Steven Seagal has never turned down a movie.
No.
I would agree. I think that seems about right. Like, hey, we got a script. I'm in.
He's in a dark room
You wanna
by
read it?
himself, and he's like, Steve, we have another movie.
I'm there.
I don't know how he finds time to fight crime and still do all these movies.
Because he's Steven Seagal, that's why. All right. The Foreigner, right?
I don't remember which one came first, but this was part of his only other series other than the Casey Ryback movies. He plays the same character in that one he does in Shadow Man.
Nice.
I don't remember which one first.
I'll have a little double feature going.
There you go.
I will say this. If they think they can stop him, they're dead wrong.
I think it's Shadow Man. It might be Into the Sun. One of them he plays the same character.
John Cold.
And it's boring as a dog's ass.
John Cold.
Yeah.
That's a good name for a. All right.
From Mason Storm to John Cold.
John Cold. Yeah. All right. So we're through Seagal. You can tweet out now that we're through Seagal.
Thank God.
Oh, stop it.
Do you think Seagal's tweeting right now?
We tweet to him.
He has a Twitter account, but it's clearly his publicist who writes for him.
We're still waiting for Michael Ian Black.
We are still waiting for Michael Ian Black. That's true. And
why don't they do a movie together?
Get you Jill Barron.
we've actually suggested that multiple times on the show. I have some Michael Ian Black questions actually in our unicorn segment this week.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, and they're giving. Everyone in the studio apparently is just drinking. That's what's going on now. It's just a massive. It's the Merry Christmas show.
Actually, guys, today is the first day of Kwanzaa.
We have lost control of our show. We have totally lost control of our show.
We never had control.
We never did. All right. That's great. Good for Boxing Day.
You guys gonna get the Kwanzaa song?
No. Kwanzaa song.
Oh, it's my own.
I'll tell you what. You know what?
It's more like a Kwanzaa.
Why the heck not? When we come back from this, we'll do our beans list.
Is the theme from Shaft not the Kwanzaa song?
All it is a little Kwanzaa lick. This goes to all the Kwanzaa celebrators.
All right. Let's.
Happy Kwanzaa.
We got a Kwanzaa song. That was awesome. All right. So let's do this. You want to do the beans list?
Oh, sure.
Do you have one? Do you have what is the beans list?
Well, I had something that was on my mind. And my problem was that I couldn't come up with a list. Because
well, that's great radio.
Well, no, I have a reason for not coming up with a list.
Okay.
Is Bushwood got me wanting to watch Caddyshack again this week.
Yes.
Okay.
So I did. I watched Caddyshack. And then I made the unfortunate decision to also watch Caddyshack.
Oh, why would you do that? And you paralyzed yourself.
I did.
All the Dan Aykroyd.
No, there isn't. I like to pretend there isn't. But that got me thinking, has there ever been a comedy sequel that worked? Because I couldn't think of any.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I'm talking about genuinely as good as the first one.
Okay. Yes?
Or even better.
Okay, yes. I would say Ghostbusters 2, I gotta say.
No.
I can't give it
It's cute, it's harmless, but it ain't Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
love Peter Nickel in it. It's got some funny moments, but it ain't.
It's not. Let's put it this way. It's not bad. But Ghostbusters is so good that it just can't live up to that hype. There's
if there
just no
hadn't
way.
been a Ghostbusters, it might not seem as bad as it does.
That's true.
2 was better than the first one.
Ooh, I agree.
All right, don't. All right, now we're throwing stuff at each other. All right. So what we're looking for, we're going to put it on Twitter. We're looking for sequels that are at least as good or
comedy
better.
sequel.
Comedies.
It was comedy because comedy is something you can't really do twice. It seems.
It's true, but I do have at least one. All right, 877-404-0838.
The only one I could think of, which I don't know if it counts, is The Great Muppet Caper. It was the only comedic movie I could think of that was as good as, if not better than, the first.
I would agree with that 100%. I think, although Hot Shots Part 2, okay, I would say that. Hot Shots Part 2,
That's a good
probably.
Part 2. No.
Ace Ventura was clearly better. All right, Hot Shots Part 2 is good. We'll keep that on the list. I would go with Wayne's World 2.
Oh, no.
Because,
No.
because he didn't, here's the thing,
No.
because it would have been so easy for him to just remake Wayne's World.
Right, and it's good that he didn't,
And
but
he didn't.
he also forgot to make it funny.
Wayne's World 2.
I thought Wayne's World 2 was quite funny, with the naked Indian and Jim Morrison in the desert and the whole thing with
That was the only funny thing about it. That's the only funny thing about
Walken.
Wayne's World 2.
Walken was in Wayne's World 2. Walken was
in the Country
hilarious.
Bears. You can't go by Walken.
And
Walken
Walken
was in Geely.
And Walken was genius in the
Speaking of
Country
people who
Bears.
don't know how to say
By
no.
the way, he was great in Country Bears. Oh no, Country Bear horse been destroyed. It's a tragedy.
The fact that you sat through Country Bears, right?
Just to watch Walken, and you missed it. You didn't see it, so you didn't get to see him deliver that line in boxer shorts and sock garters.
I do hate to miss
that.
that.
Impression in Wayne's World 2.
Best look in the whole world. I honestly can't remember any Walken specific lines from Wayne's World 2. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen it. Cassandra, why you waste your time with Wayne? He's a loser. Look, you don't want to come with me. Big time record executive.
Why don't they all stay in Aurora? Share the boys.
Come on.
I don't know,
you
Wayne's World 2
no?
never did it for me. Like, there's moments that are funny, but it was never as funny as Wayne's World to me.
No?
And I couldn't think of any comedy
That was an
sequel
awesome
that
Christopher Walken
genuinely worked.
Thank you very much.
That's
Thank
a great
you.
impression.
All right. We got. What else we got? We got some tweets coming in.
You're writing down the tweets. We're low tech.
They're writing down tweets and drinking at the same time. So that's why it's a little.
So the tweets are going to be a
It's a little rowdy in here today. All right. At Deep in Your Tonsils. Now this one, I love this guy too, and I love he brings this up.
Last week, by the way.
This is going to cause some friction between Beans and myself. We discuss this a lot.
Bring it on.
European Vacation.
I like European Vacation. Nowhere near as funny as Vacation.
Vegas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, I'll give you, is on par with the first one.
So we say, okay, we would at least agree that's at least one of, because we all personally named a different vacation sequel. I said European, you say Christmas, you say Vegas. So.
And European has quite a few very funny,
Yes, it
indelible
does.
moments. That
Eric Idle on the bike.
But it's nowhere near as consistent as Vacation was.
They ring that bell when they're going to execute someone. They haven't rung it in 200 years. Dad! Come on.
Yeah.
You got to.
Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. Yes, it's funny.
Okay.
But.
Taking a poke? No? All right. So, okay, and at Stacy's Mail? Is that right?
Yeah.
Stacy's Mail? Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel? Come on. Really?
She's got kids.
Okay. She's got kids. That justifies her having crappy taste in movies. No, it doesn't. Just because you have kids does not mean that you get a free pass.
Since no
on poor taste, poor film taste.
self-respecting human being over 7 has ever seen Alvin
and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel. I feel.
No, I said self-respecting.
I feel filthy just saying that. Although we did have a discussion as well of what the best sequel tag is, and I of course go with Electric Boogaloo.
I'm more a fan of The Legend of Curly's Gold.
The Legend
despite the fact that it's a terrible movie.
We could also add the Squeakquel in there too. Wouldn't that be an iconic sequel name?
God, I hope not.
No. Power Rangers 6, the Squeakquel.
Hey, Power Rangers is a good movie.
Yes, sure, Power Rangers. Okay, so we're looking. There's a film that's a comedy, unintentionally. Although we're looking for comedies that are
comedy sequels
that work. I personally liked.
Because I was trying to think.
I liked City Slickers too.
No, you didn't.
I did. I actually enjoyed Jack Palance in that movie because he just decided, you know what? I chewed this much scenery in the first one. I'm chewing all the scenery in this one. And I loved his depiction of Curly. I thought Curly was a good character.
That's just a movie that really missed Bruno Kirby. That was not good.
The world misses Bruno Kirby.
Speaking of Bernie,
John Lovitz was in that film.
Caddyshack 2 was awful. Arthur 2, like all I could think of. Airplane 2 was nowhere near as funny.
Well, Arthur 2, okay, another comedy about a drunk guy. I mean, it can't really, All right, real quick. At My Lover 3 says Toy Story 3. Again,
I don't know if I.
well, okay. Here's the thing, though. But Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, the Toy Story sequels, and specifically Toy Story 2, as I always say, is the Godfather 2 of animated films.
Yeah.
It's better than Toy Story. It's a better film in every single way. However, it is not a straight comedy. It's a kids' movie. It's not a comedy.
It's funny, but they do make me cry like a 3-year-old.
Oh, absolutely. But if you were to go to, let's say, why you go there now, I don't know. But if you were to go to, say, Blockbuster Video, and you wanted to find the movie Toy Story, you wouldn't look in comedy.
No, you would not.
You would not. You would look in children's. It's a children's movie, right?
It is.
Okay. Not as bad as, I mean, although, again, give them credit because the Toy Story sequels are good. They're not making, like, Jafar may need glasses or whatever. All right. Come on.
That's not for you.
Well, I'm the host. Give me the thing.
That was internal messaging.
Don't do that, please. It's very distracting. You see this? See what happens? We get an in-studio audience. They start drinking. They distract us. They're passing notes. It's like they're a jury over here.
I've just always wanted a studio audience.
We're doing the OJ trial live on the air. That's what's happening right now.
Applause time.
We do. But we're at your place next week, so you're in charge of the applause sign.
Sweet.
And I expect you to do it the same way Conan made his. Blow the glass, the whole thing. Take the obviously hot piece of glass out without any gloves whatsoever.
Wait, there's going to be glass blowing?
No, there's no. Just all right. Anyway, we're looking for comedies that are as good as comedy sequels, as good as the originals. We've been fighting a little bit over Wayne's World. We've had the Vacations.
What about Home Alone 2?
Another film
Take these two turtle dogs.
another film that we tend to disagree on because I happen to like Home Alone 2. I think it's a good sequel.
I think it's a straight up remake of Home Alone, just in a different city.
I don't feel that way. I don't. There's a specific formula, but it's very well done.
I like how much further they went in the cartoony slapstick stuff. Like, it turned into a Roadrunner movie by the second half, which I can appreciate. So I'll give that one.
And again, Rob Schneider's in it.
I wasn't a big fan of the first one.
Again, I think the thing that makes Home Alone 2 good is Tim Curry is in it. And Tim Curry in that film takes it a step beyond in Home Alone there was no funny sort of male character or funny sort of adult character trying to figure the whole thing out with him.
Yeah.
There was the girl at the grocery store was briefly suspicious, but come on, there's a whole bunch of people trying to take him down. So there's a whole added element of plot to this, which makes sense because he's not home, so he doesn't have that that sort of protection of being at home and having that familiar space around him. So he's got to have more danger, and Tim Curry provided some very good comic danger for him. I mean, come on. Here you are, one cheese pizza. I mean, come on, dude. Tim Curry is just Tim Curry. All right.
I got one.
Okay, all right. We're getting handed a bunch here. All right. I've got a really. Go ahead.
The Mighty Ducks 2.
Again, I don't know if we could.
There's comedians in that movie. Okay.
Here's the thing. Keenan was also in Good Burger, also not a comedy. So.
I've actually never seen Mighty Ducks 2.
You never seen? I have an affinity. Here's the thing. I have a soft spot in my heart for Mighty Ducks 2. The reason I have a soft spot in my heart for it is because I saw that film in Buffalo, New York, in a little town called Springville at the Joyland Theater in the middle of a snowstorm. So for me, it's got a lot of good personal memories of going to that theater and and everything else. However, I don't think Mighty Ducks 1 had much to live up to.
But speaking of Mighty Ducks, what the hell ever happened to Emilio Estevez?
He's chilling.
He made Mighty Ducks.
Has anyone seen him since Mission Impossible?
I think Paul Abdul really did a number on that guy. All right. Tonsil says, what's this? Major Girl 2?
Major League.
Major League 2. All right.
Yeah.
Major League. Is that Major League or Major?
It should be Major League. I heard My
Major
Girl.
League.
Okay. All right. You have My Girl 2. No, okay. Major League 2? No, come on, really? Not as good.
yeah.
I'm a girl and I love that sport.
All right. Here's I've got another really good one here. All right. Let's see. We've got Major League 2. We got Revenge of the Nerds 2. Revenge of the Nerds 2, I would say. No, but it's interesting for us because we live in South Florida, so we get to see what Florida looked like in 1987. Let's see. We've got. Let's see, the Major League 2, Revenge of the Nerds 2, Fletch Lives. No.
Get off my show.
No.
Fletch is my all-time favorite comedy.
This is deep in your tonsils giving these to us. I can't agree with Fletch Lives. Fletch Lives. The only good part about that we discussed was we had him on as our actor.
There was a good part of that. Arlie Ermey, maybe.
No, when he was in prison.
Randall Tex Cobb.
And he was talking to Randall Tex Cobb. Yeah. What's your name? Bend over. What are you in for, Ben?
Ben, good to meet you. Victor Hugo.
Yeah. Porky's 2,
I actually really genuinely like the Porky's movies.
I know.
So
We again, another series of films we disagree on. Grumpier Old Men. I would give Grumpier Old Men.
Yeah.
Yes,
that was pretty funny.
That was every
Again,
bit as
it's the
good.
same movie the second time,
But this
it is
time with
pretty
Sophia Loren, so there's a little added bonus there. Right?
and Walter Matthau has a lifetime pass with me. So.
All right. I've got the ultimate one here, and I think Robot Embassy's going to take this. At Robot Embassy says, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.
It's a comedy sequel to a horror movie, though. I mean, yeah, it's a great sequel and better than the first, but the first one wasn't a comedy, so it's not trying to live up to topping the last.
Oh, you are just nitpicking, man.
It's true, though.
I mean, it is, but all right. Then if we're not going to have Evil Dead 2 on there, then Mighty Ducks 2 gone. All right. Big Top Pee-wee?
Not better than Pee-wee's.
No,
Big
it's not.
Adventure.
No, there's no way. There's no way. It's not even the equal of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, right?
Come on.
Pee-wee and himself. Which is the one with Large Marge? I like that one.
Yeah,
That's Big
Big
Adventure.
Top Pee-wee.
Okay, I like that.
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
I'm a rebel, Daddy.
Yeah. See, that
I'm a loader, daddy. A rebel.
That's who we need to get on the show, Paul Rubens.
Yes, we do.
Paul Rubens is
He's
just
doing
messed
another
up
HBO
enough.
special. I'm very happy.
Paul Rubens is just messed up enough to probably we might actually be able to convince him to do this show.
Well, we know he
I kind
spent
of believe
time in
that.
Florida.
He was in Blow. That's like one of the best movies ever made.
He was
He was very good in that movie, and that was a very underrated film.
George.
although unfortunately there's no sequel to Blow, and there should be. Anyway. Blow 2. This time it's a job. All right. Come on.
Blow 2, the new batch.
Blow 2, the new batch. That's a good one. All right.
The new batch.
All right.
All right, Dave.
We're channeling Letterman. All right. 877-404-0838. Very excited to have our 1-800 number. Too bad no one's calling it. But that's all right. Everyone's on Twitter. They're doing the tweeting thing. The old number does still work. 347-326-9700. And I've said that number so many times. I think I sleep at night and I say that number in my sleep.
You do.
I do. Do I? Is it true?
Yes, I've heard you whisper
While cuddling. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's. All right. Let's see where we're at here. All right. We've apparently. Yeah, I really need you to stop that because I don't want to pay the royalties for that song. If anyone's going to be singing a cover song I got to pay royalties to, it's going to be these guys.
What song was that?
No. We will not have the Lionel Richie on the program. I'm sorry to say. I like Lionel Richie.
And we'd love to have Lionel Richie on.
We would love to have Lionel Richie on the program. We all love the Commodores. We know some brick houses. It's all good. However, we don't mind dancing on the ceiling, right?
Once in a while.
No. All right. We want to say hello, but we don't want to pay for the. That's right. We just don't want to have.
I should have seen that coming.
You should have seen that coming.
I don't know why I didn't.
We just don't want to have to. Look, I can't get enough of your love, but I don't want to pay royalty rights for Lionel Richie songs. Is that bad? I don't think that's bad.
That's not bad.
I don't think that's bad.
You gotta pick something better than Lionel Richie.
Yeah, I mean, something that's going to appeal a little bit more to a mass audience. Not that Lionel Richie's bad or anything. It's just that this isn't 1984.
It isn't?
No.
Because the girls are dressing that way.
And I've been meaning to talk to you about that because you really need to
Should
change.
I take off the light warmers?
And the Jerry curl needs to go. I'm sorry. I know you want to get physical,
I
but
love my soul glow.
you know. All right. I'm getting some frantic notes from the producer here. She's
Please
writing.
stop.
She's
Dear
writing
God,
various.
make
Yeah.
it go away.
Just turn this off.
Back to Squanto jokes. What can I do?
You know, I've been working on some new Squanto material.
I'm sure
actually.
you
All
have.
right. Let's see. We got at Allie Bale says Caddyshack 2. Oh, come on. We've talked about how bad we have Bushwood in the studio. They're named for the country club in
And even
Caddyshack.
they'll tell you nothing good came out of Caddyshack.
No, Caddyshack 2, horrible.
I do love Dan Aykroyd and I love Jackie Mason, but Caddyshack 1, you got Rodney Dangerfield, man.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray.
You can't do better than that.
Wow. Mannequin 2.
On the Move.
Oh my God.
That's right.
I've never
With
seen
Christy
Mannequin
Swanson.
2. I'm ashamed to say I've seen Mannequin, but I've never seen Mannequin 2.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Definitely audience says
Yeah. I don't know.
We did Weekend at Bernie's.
I don't know, but I cannot.
I'm actually one of the few people you'll ever meet who genuinely loves Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
But yeah, the second one, not so much.
Sorry. All right. Adam's Family. Adam's Family
Actually,
Values.
Adam's Family Values.
Adam's Family Values. Yes, that is.
I'll give you that one. That was genuinely funnier than the first one.
Yes. And they've got Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers was great.
I did not like Meet the Parents
Me neither, so I never saw
at all
the other two.
because the whole time I'm thinking, if I were him, I would have told her, you know what? F you. You know? Seriously. Your family is giving me crap about every damn thing. They're making me feel so uncomfortable that I can't help but get flustered and screw up. Screw them. Your dad on a fucking... He put me on a lie detector test, man. He put me on a lie detector. He's giving me the eye thing. Hell no, I'm out of here. Forget it.
It's just DOP, man.
I couldn't do it. I would not be
Do
able.
you remember back when you used to open up your newspaper, you'd go to the movie listings, you'd see the name Robert De Niro there, and you'd think, oh, this will be good. Robert De Niro's in it. When's the last time you thought
A
that?
little bit.
I don't remember the last real movie.
That movie just bothered me because she was so insensitive to his feelings. And I felt like, that was just really wrong. And that never got dealt with in any of those films.
I never saw it.
Meet the Fockers for me is very difficult to watch, only because
it's Meet the Fockers?
Well, partially, but also because, and I'm going to reveal some unicorn information here, partially because the unicorn's mom, is basically the character Barbara Streisand from Meet the Fockers. The exception being, she's not a sex therapist, but she is a therapist.
Yes.
And same hair, same everything, same attitude, same everything. It's like watching my mother in a film pretending to be Ben Stiller's mom, and it's really, really weird and distracting. But she's so close. The character is so close, and God, I love her, but it's just weird. It's bizarre. So that's why I personally have an issue with Meet the Fockers. Clerks 2. I'm sorry, I cannot... Clerks 2... No, I did not think... I thought Clerks 2, I thought Kevin Smith...
Taking it back.
I thought Kevin Smith was lazy, and he took every lazy joke in that, and he...
That's not the only funny joke.
Yeah, I thought the Porsche monkey thing was funny.
I think they were good.
Beyond that,
was
no. Beyond that, the donkey show thing and
I think you should give it another viewing.
the Lord of the Rings thing.
I think it's funnier than y'all.
At Louis Aponte, Back to the Future 2. Okay.
I never really liked Back to the Future 2 because it always felt like a really long Pepsi commercial and a really long trailer for Back to the Future 3.
That's
what
I thought. It was just
They were trying to stuff too much into Back to the Future 2.
Okay, let's see. We got Naked Gun 2.5. That's Stacey's mail. Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. Naked Gun 33 1/3.
Nowhere near as good as the first.
The Final Insult.
There were laughs in all three of them.
There were,
funny as the first.
but no, the first one was definitely the top of that list. And but again, when you're doing that type of movie and you have that type of character with Frank Drebin, it's difficult. It would be difficult to make a sequel better than the original in that particular case, because the fact that it's a satire, because it's so much spoofing and things like that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Send us out on Twitter. We're gonna actually start a local music segment.
Yay! Woo-hoo!
We're gonna get that going in a second here. Not to put you guys on the spot or anything.
There will be girls dancing for the music now.
Well, now just keep in mind we've got a small studio here, so don't dance too crazy. You can go dance in that room, but beware that be mindful of the fact that there is a camera set up there. Which hopefully if one of you would like to operate the camera and please, yeah, that would be great. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our local music segment. We're gonna send that out on Twitter right now.
Am I in the camera's way? Should I move?
We're gonna vacate this area to give these guys a better audio space here as well. 877-404-0838 if you want to call us after this. We have the segments coming up after this segment, which is we're going to do our local music segment with Bushwood. They're going to play some live stuff for us. And when we come back on the other side of that, we're going to do How Unicorn Are You? We're going to talk about This Week in Bacon. And then we're going to do a new segment I like to call Great Moments in Needless Nudity.
Which I already disagree with your first choice, so we're going to talk about
That's okay. There's going to be a lot of discussion about naked people towards the end of the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, definitely stick around. But more important than that...
Enjoy Bushwood and stay for nudity.
Well, this is the thing. We have to give them something to stay for because
nothing says radio like nudity.
That's right. Discussions of nudity. Although, which we'll talk about Black Swan, too. That's a whole other thing we got to get into. Hey! See? Knew that would happen.
Okay.
All right.
Haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, we will. We're going to see it together, probably multiple times. All right. Anyway. All right. Anyway, if I could...
be nervous right now.
If I could go ahead. All right. We're going to go ahead and introduce our live music. We got Bushwood here with us. Guys, introduce yourselves to the audience, please.
What's up, guys? I'm Steve.
I'm Adam. What's going on?
And it's a pleasure being up here in beautiful Delray Beach, Florida, as always.
We are very glad to have you guys in, and you guys were doing some great stuff earlier for us. You're gonna play a couple songs for us. If you wanna introduce the first one here and just go for it.
Sure. This first one you guys played last week. It's called Under the Sun.
Okay, cool. All right.
We're gonna start off with that one. But first, I have a question. Isn't there a new Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers?
Yeah, it's like Little Fockers, I think. Yeah.
Anybody seen that yet?
Nope.
Has anyone noticed that the joke in the title, like, what was old 10 seconds into the first movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that whole segment they got going on. They need to keep that going. And you should have Ben Stiller in the studio, I think.
If we could manage to get Ben Stiller in, although I would force him to come in.
He apologizes for Night at the Museum too.
You know what? I would
while we're at it.
I would force him to come in. He would have to be in studio as White Goodman from Dodgeball.
But thank you, Ben Stiller, for Heavyweights, and thank you for the character Happy Gilmore. That's all I'm gonna say.
I agree. Heavyweights was great.
For me, it's nap time.
Yeah, he was obnoxious orderly. He was the best part of the movie.
I
All right.
totally forgot about that, but he was great.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over. This is Bushwood, and these guys are going to go for it. Let's go ahead and let them get started, and I'm going to get beans some pie.
Yay, pie.
Ready, man?
All right, everybody. Let's make acoustic.
Woo!
That song's called Under the Sun. Yeah. And bear with me, I have a cold. So I'm gonna do the best I can.
doing the first, doing one song for us, doing their first song for us, and that's Under the Sun. That was on our show last week, and we got it here again, which was great. That was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for the apple pie. Pumpkin pie.
Believe me, it's absolutely our pleasure. Not too many people are lucky enough to have people come in and actually play great music right there.
It's our pleasure.
So, we appreciate that. And let's just keep it going. I mean, I'm sure we've got people on Twitter hopefully are chiming in.
Cool.
No, it's all good. Enjoy your wine. Right now everyone's reacting to exit wounds, right? Okay.
It takes a while to digest.
Yeah. Well, it's Seagal. It would take forever to digest. Give me the size of that guy. All right. But let's just keep it going with Bushwood. You guys play another track for us, or?
Sure. Yeah. Well, the next one we're gonna play is called "Open Up Your Eyes."
Okay.
And let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
This one goes out to Steven Seagal.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Happy Hanukkah to everybody out there. And happy Kwanzaa.
Boxing Day.
What did you say?
It's Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day. And
a joyous Festivus.
And a joyous Festivus for the rest of us.
Woo! Woo!
There we go. 1, 2. Open up your
let them play the last hour of the show? And
Sure do.
Forget. You and I just go take off and do something else?
Night, everybody.
They got this, right? They can lock this down. All right. It's Bushwood.
Thank you.
Everybody. Let's give them another round of applause from our studio audience. Thank you so much for bringing us great music. We do appreciate that. Let's take a minute and talk to you guys a little bit. Let's talk about you guys. I know you play pretty much every week, right? Is that?
Yeah, lately we've had fun.
Yeah, a lot in Fort Lauderdale.
Well, to quote the great Harvey Firestein, "Won't you please plug away?" Or John Lovett. John Lovett as Harvey Firestein. Yeah.
The even greater John Lovett.
The greatest John Lovett.
Hanukkah Harry, as a matter of fact.
That's right. It's true.
Yeah, we play in Fort Lauderdale at Duffy's on 17th Street pretty much like every Friday or Saturday, so keep looking out for that. And Southport Raw Bar on certain Saturdays from 3 to 6. So just keep checking our website at bushwoodband.com, and you can find out all your latest Bushwood information.
Yeah, definitely like us on Facebook too. You can just type in Bushwood. But don't be confused by the Caddyshack Bushwood, which is also on there. Like them both actually, because everybody does.
Exactly.
Cool, and also too on Twitter, Bushwood Band on Twitter as well. Make sure you because you can get the updates as well as far as when you guys are playing out and things like that.
Exactly.
And we of course we appreciate having you guys in. We really do, and we want to just again remind everyone that it's very important for us to support local artists, support local music, and go out to the shows when these guys are playing out there, because if we're not out there supporting them and we're not out there doing everything we can to give these guys a place to play and to put their music out there, we're going to lose this scene. And that would be a real shame, because there's a lot of talent. We've seen it here just on our show. There is an enormous amount of talent out here, and we should be very fortunate, very lucky to have so many local great bands that we can go and see pretty much any time. And I would certainly put you guys in with that. And again, just to encourage everyone, come out to Duffy's, check these guys out. Check them out on Facebook. The website is bushwoodband.com. Check them out on Twitter as well, again, so you can get the information as far as where these guys are going to be. They're really, really talented. We're grateful for you guys for being on the show, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You guys are actually laying out some
liars as well.
They are. See, there you go. They are excellent liars.
And should be.
These guys are tearing it up on acoustic.
The most he's been talked about since 1980.
That's true. Outside of a divorce trial, perhaps. Yeah. These guys are tearing it up. You guys are tearing it up. We're just talking about Steven Seagal, but that's all right. We're gonna. We got a couple more segments coming up.
Maybe we should break out some guitars and start singing about Steven Seagal.
It's been done.
It could happen. You never know. If I hadn't chopped off my unicorn finger, which you can see it's bleeding through the Band-Aid.
I never knew unicorns had fingers.
That's true. We do. We have 10 of them. See. And then we have 11, but the 11th one's really big and not very useful. But all right, as a finger. So anyway, it's a phalange. Whatever. All right.
Can we?
All right.
Goodbye, listeners. We'll miss you. I'll miss you.
They caught the best part of the show. They're satisfied. They're satiated. It's fine. All right.
I got what I came for.
We're gonna get to. It's good to know. We're gonna get to one of our favorite segments. My favorite segment, the one that drives Beans crazy, absolutely crazy every week.
You say that like every segment doesn't drive me crazy.
I know. Although you've been very lucky, because we've been Stripes Jackson and Squanto free for quite some time now.
Except that you still mention them every week.
I mention them. Just that they're not being actively talked about, just to keep it going. Okay, real quick, at LadyBella54 and at Beauty22, Hearted Bushwood.
Nice.
Can you put a heart on Twitter?
Yeah, you can put a heart on Twitter.
That is awesome. Now that I know that,
we love you back. We know you are.
That's awesome to know. I did not know that we could heart things on Twitter.
Sure, you can.
All right.
You can less than 3 them.
All right. I don't want to pay for the rights for that one. All right. I really don't want to. I didn't want to pay for Lionel Richie. I really don't want to pay for Backstreet Boys. Okay.
And aren't we all paying for NSYNC?
We all are paying for NSYNC. All right. Let's do this. Let's move into our How Unicorn Are You segment. This is basically a segment where I just ask a bunch of questions about being a unicorn. They absolutely don't relate to being a unicorn. They're just multiple choice questions, and depending on your answer, you could be a unicorn. You could be a unicorn. You could not be a unicorn. Some of these are just facts. That's true. Although we don't have as many of those this week. We've gotten back to sort of our classic unicorn questions. All right, should we go right into it?
We should.
First unicorn question, and again, you can play along on Twitter at FrankUnicorn, or you can call in Oh, okay. Does Bushwood Band do the Caddyshack theme song? I'm all right.
I'm
Kenny-
alright, don't nobody worry about me. I can't do the song.
All right. So I'll tell you what. If she should come out,
he does do the little groundhog dance.
that's true. And you know what? If you check him out at a live show, you may just see that. All right. 877-404-0838 if you want to play along with How Unicorn Are You? It's the unicorn drinking game everyone loves. All right. First question. More obnoxious, Beans, here's your first question. And everybody feel free to chime in on this. More obnoxious pop-in guest, a suicidal centaur, or Guy Fieri?
Guy Fieri, not even a question.
Not even a question?
I'm with Beans on that one.
The only thing I like about Guy Fieri is Bobby Moynihan's incredible impression of him on SNL is worth tuning in for.
I can't look at Guy Fieri. It's so good that I can't even watch Guy Fieri anymore without seeing Bobby Moynihan.
Same with Snooki. They need to keep Bobby Moynihan on for as many years as
just for the
South Park, every time I see Snooki now, isn't that where they have a little Snooki like monster?
Yeah. One of the now did you happen to catch there was a special there was a special on Guy Fieri cooks with Matthew McConaughey. Did you happen to catch that?
No, I did not.
That was an hour of douche like you wouldn't believe. It was amazing. It was just
McConaughey at least wearing a shirt?
He was wearing a shirt, he's wearing a hat, but it was hilarious because Fieri would just they were talking about how they would cook together in Malibu. Fieri's all, oh yeah, it was so extreme, brother. I'd come down there to McConaughey's house, and we're hanging out, and we're cooking, brother, and it's great because the fire's on. And then McConaughey's all, oh yeah, man, I'll tell you what, man, he came down, my lady's Brazilian, so she used these crazy spices to get Fieri all pumped up, you know what I mean? That's right, we're doing all right, hanging out by the pool, and here comes Guy, and he's all just jacked up on these spices like a wild stallion with fire coming out of his nose. Here I am, brother. I'm ready to go. Hey, McConaughey, can I jump in your pool? Those Brazilian spices are killing my face.
Okay, so that thing about Guy Fieri being obnoxious relates to impressions as well.
But that was a damn good Guy Fieri. That was a
horrifying thing.
It's all. Thank you. That was a pretty. I gotta say, because I've never done Guy Fieri. I've never even attempted the voice.
It was good.
That was not too bad. It's not Nicolas Cage. That's what we need. We need Guy Fieri. We need to tweet him and tell him he needs to go and cook with Nicolas Cage.
Did you read that article I sent?
That would be a lot more fun to watch than him cooking with McConaughey.
Tweet Matthew McConaughey.
Did you read that article I sent you? I don't think Matthew McConaughey owns a computer.
I don't think he does. Oh man, I can't tweet, man. I just communicate with smoke signals.
Did you read that article on Nicolas Cage's little meltdown on the set of Ghost Rider 2?
No. But I think I've heard something about this where he had a Christian Bale style freak out, right, on the set.
Yep, I don't have the details at the moment because I'll research and we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about we'll do a Nicolas Cage. What the hell were you thinking segment? All right. So moving on, we're playing How Unicorn Are You? All right. More disturbing trend on television: oversaturation of pawn shop related programming, or oversaturation of shows about cake.
As much as I love cake, including the band, I gotta go with cake because it seems like every time I turn on my damn TV, Cake Boss, Cake Master, Cake Guy, Cake the series.
Can I disagree? Because I think that there's only so many shows you can do about pawn shops.
And you're probably right, but I haven't seen any of them, so I couldn't say.
There's cupcakes, and there's cookies, and there's cakes that are made to look like other things, and I just think cake's fascinating. So you're wrong, I'm right.
That may very well be true.
I personally
have a picture on my phone somewhere. Someone made a Toy Story 3 cake for the Empire office, and it looked awesome.
I would weigh in on this and say that while cake is wonderful and everybody loves cake, television programming about cake is not very exciting. It's not very fun. Beyond one or two shows, it gets a little worn out. And I would say the same thing applies to pawn shops, because how many times do you want to see some desperate person walking in to sell the only thing they have of value, and the pawn guy ripping them off and then explaining that this is worth 3 times what I paid for it? Ha ha ha. It's kind of what they need. What we really need are more shows about roller derbies.
And actually, I agree 100%. And
I would watch that.
Roller girls, shout out to the Palm Beach roller girls because they rock and they're awesome and we love them. But I also think that everybody should tune in January 12th because Ringling Brothers is doing a cake show for their baby elephant's first birthday. It's a cake decorating competition. It'll be on the Food Network channel, January 12th, 9 p.m. And everybody should check in for Ringling Brothers Farm and Bailey Circus presents The Nundrum. That's my little plug.
Wow. And
All right.
I'm here putting down cake programming, and we're cross-promoting it. All right. Okay. More likely to actually happen. We're playing How Unicorn Are You? All right.
Indeed we are.
More likely to actually happen. A television show based on an original concept premieres, or Fonzie finally admits that he was wrong.
I think the second one, because when's the last time you saw a TV show based on an original concept?
I agree. You don't.
Maybe a little chocolate tears.
Which goes back, let me just real quick. At Deep in Your Tonsil says, pawning is a dirty business. I love cakes. The Cookie Maven, I love pawning stuff, but cakes rocks. Okay, so we agree. Cake is all right. But this goes back to the whole idea about an original concept on TV, because you get the one pawn show, and then there's 5 more immediately after it that are the exact same show with just different people.
Yep.
Right? And the same thing with the cake show. You get one cake show, and then you got 20 cake shows. And this is just the way.
Cake, but I'll send it later.
Right. Where's the show about pies? It'll happen next.
Pie boss.
Right. You'll have one person. Right. You'll have one pie show, Pie Boss, and then beyond that, you'll have Eye in the Pie, Pie on You, Keep Your Pie on the Prize. I mean, you'll have all those pie shows.
Hole.
Pie hole. Fill your pie hole with pie. I mean, you'll have that happen. There is absolutely no original television anymore. There's no original concepts in TV. It's all reality crap. And then when they have an original concept, they just rip it off. How many shows are on TV that you look at the previews and you say to yourself, wow, you want to be lost, don't you?
Or, hey, wasn't The Shield a few seasons ago already?
Right. How many more? Oh, another great cop drama. This year's great cop drama. Except last year's got canceled. And so did the one that was on before that, and the one before that. Give me a break.
Have you ever seen Dexter?
Yes. Dexter is actually an original concept. Yes. And if we had another show like Dexter come on TV, I would be very happy.
Like BBC America's new version of Doctor Who.
We'll talk about Doctor Who. Don't worry, we're going to do a lot of Doctor Who discussion.
50 years.
Right, Doctor Who premiered in 1963. Okay. All right. Enough. Okay. All right. Let's get back to our unicorn list before we start talking Doctor Who, because we could do an entire.
Can you phrase that before we start playing Doctor Who?
We.
I gotta go.
Who? All right. We could do an entire show. We could do an entire week, month. We could do an entire series of shows on Doctor Who and how cool and awesome Doctor Who is, and how, if you're a big Doctor Who fan, that makes you probably even more of a nerd than being an original Star Trek fan.
But I would like to point everyone towards
because I'm a huge Doctor Who fan.
Have you ever seen the great comic relief spoof of Doctor Who, The Curse of Fatal Death, with Rowan Atkinson as Doctor Who?
No.
Very, very funny. Jonathan Pryce is the villain. There's a million cameos. Hugh Grant's really funny in it.
I shall have to watch it.
It is worth tracking down. The Curse of Fatal Death.
All right. Let's do this. More annoying aspect of Comcast cable service.
I don't have Comcast, so I have no idea.
Well, hold on. On demand never works, or when it does, the available choices suck, or the fact that they think no one will notice that they suddenly changed their name to Xfinity.
I have Uverse. I have no idea.
I hate when companies do that. I hate when they change their name, because everyone has a bad association with the company name. So rather than actually doing anything to improve your service or help people or do a better job or have a better product to improve how people perceive you, it's just cheaper to change your name. That's really sad.
Again?
Rebranding. It's pathetic.
I have no dog in
Does anyone in this room besides myself use Comcast or have to suffer through Comcast?
No.
So everyone agrees Comcast is terrible.
It's Uverse.
It's the way to go.
I have Uverse, so I no longer have to choose between Hawaii Five-0 or Castle. I can watch them both.
At the same time.
That's right. I can run from room to room.
We've had a suggestion that we need more shows of hoarding. That we need more Deep in Your Tonsil says we need more shows about hoarding, and that Fonzie is never wrong.
I've never seen Hoarders, but I do love that Hoarder that they have on Conan.
It's just so depressing. I don't think we need any more shows about hoarding. All right.
They have a lot of shows about hoarding.
All right, let's move this on. All right. Shows more likely to air on the Oprah network. You know,
Oprah network?
Oprah's got her own network. Yeah.
Didn't even know
Yeah. The Oprah Winfrey Network. Own. That's right. Own.
Classy.
Because that's what she's going to do with the entire world someday. Own it. All of it. I swear. I'm telling you, at some point in the future, Oprah Winfrey is going to kill Bill Gates in a death-style cage match. Seriously, to become the king of the emperor of the planet. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. She's going to live in a spaceship high above the earth, and you know who's going to have to stop her? Doctor Who. Okay.
I thought we were going back to Seagal there for a second.
Seagal with the, you know what? You know who's going to play the new Doctor Who? Steven Seagal.
I would actually have to cancel my BBC America subscription.
All right. Shows more likely to air on the Oprah network. Shows more likely to air on the Oprah network. Old sitcoms featuring a strong, funny female lead, for example, Maude or One Day at a Time, or shows that are all about the things that you could never afford to buy, but happen to be the favorite things of the person running the network.
That sounds more likely.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like, I get the feeling that the Oprah network is going to be a bunch of programming, which is essentially going to be commercials for the products Oprah wants them to give her for free.
And Planet Earth, because she narrates Planet Earth.
True.
Okay, so they'll have 2 shows. Or 2 concepts for shows? All right.
All I know is she has her own channel on Sirius Radio.
Yes.
And has no actual programming on that channel. It's all her friends and other stuff.
Right.
She's not actually on the channel.
Well, see, that's the thing. Oprah's done exactly what
we don't have our own channel.
Oprah's done exactly what any of us who have that kind of money would do, which is,
but we're here talking about stuff.
You know what? I got enough. I'll hook you up. I'm a billionaire. I've got my own network. You're my friend. You don't like your job? Screw that. Just come work for me. I'll give you your own show on the air.
Yeah.
I think that's admirable.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good for you, Oprah. I actually almost feel bad making fun of you. Wait, no, I don't.
I like Oprah.
Okay. You're a woman. Of course you like Oprah.
Except
All
she's
right.
getting paid 300 times anyone on her channel for
That's true. That's
She
true.
doesn't do anything
Yes.
for
Martha
you.
Stewart.
That's my issue with it.
We're Martha Stewart there.
All right, we're not getting into an Oprah Winfrey versus Martha Stewart discussion because, again, we will be here all night. If it goes that way, I'm turning it back to Doctor Who, I swear to God. No, all right. Rather have Jedi mind powers or an actual lightsaber?
Who wouldn't want a lightsaber?
Jedi mind powers, hello.
But who wouldn't want a lightsaber? Those things are awesome.
No, Jedi mind powers.
I agree, but I think the
You're
Jedi
a
mind
woman, you
powers would
already
be
have
great.
Jedi mind powers.
Only on you, because not so much.
I
Only
gotta
on me.
I
not
gotta
so
agree.
Much on everyone else.
I gotta agree. I think I'd have to go with the Jedi mind powers, only because I would love to be able to speed, 120 miles an hour down the road with an open bottle of liquor, get pulled over, and just go, everything's fine here, move along, and just have the police just leave me alone. Not because I'd want to actually commit the crime, not because I want to drive with an open container of alcohol. Do not drink and drive ever, or with any open container, or after consuming any alcoholic beverage. We're very against that. Just because I think it would be
how's
so.
our audience getting home?
Because it would just be so. You're driving them. It would be so impressive to just think about that. You're on a date, you get pulled over. I mean, not to mention, the date's going to end well. You got Jedi mind powers. I mean, that's not the bra you're looking for. No, this isn't the bra I'm looking for. Right. Okay. Cooler instrument to take up, to become the master of, if you will. Pan flute or the theremin.
Pan flute.
See, I was going to go with theremin just because it's so cool to say theremin, and I like the noise it makes.
Kind of like a wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Although I have to kind of throw a vote to pan flute, because in reality, there's only ever been one master of the pan flute. Zamfir. Although Seagal, I'm sure if he wanted to, he could.
Yeah.
But what about the zither? Can we include the zither in there?
We can include it.
Because that's even more fun to say than theremin.
You can include that if you like.
The zither is, it's, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like an oscillating, no, it's like the music in The Third Man was all done on a zither. I don't really know how to describe it.
Bizarre little instrument. If you know what a zither is, tweet us. Let us know. You brought up an instrument you don't know. All right.
Well, no, I know it. I don't know how to describe it other than it sounds like a zither. There's nothing else that sounds like a zither.
There's nothing else that sounds like a pan flute or a theremin.
Go rent The Third Man.
You know what the greatest band in history would be? A pan flute, a theremin, and a zither. And maybe a kazoo. Throw a kazoo in. You got to have them.
You got your new Beatles right there.
That's it.
The kazoo is Ringo, but
It's the greatest band ever. Right? All of those would be number 2 or below.
All right, next up.
Okay, next up. Okay, necktie, bow tie, or no tie?
Well, Bill Maher rocks the no tie look well, but I'd have to go with bow tie just because I'm a lifelong Jimmy Olsen supporter.
I would also actually have to go with bow tie myself. I prefer the bow tie.
They're coming back.
Bill Maher's a douche.
They are making a
Bill Maher is a douche, but I think he's funny.
They are making a comeback. All right. Let's see. Okay, Converse or Vans?
Converse.
Converse.
Chuck Taylor is not even a question.
Skinny pants and some Vans. That's what Converse. Get out of my house.
Converse. All right, we're Converse. We're all agreeing on Converse. All
All
right.
about the Chuck.
Rapper Seagal should do a movie with next. Vanilla Ice or Humpty Hump?
Humpty
Vanilla
Hump.
Ice. Vanilla Ice. I met him 2 weeks ago, and he's the nicest guy in the world.
But Humpty Hump, because I want to see him kick that fake nose right off him.
Well, you can't do that. That's his whole trademark is the Humpty nose.
Do the Humpty Hump.
See, wouldn't you like to see Seagal playing a little Seagal blues while Humpty Hump's rapping away with the,
I would.
with the DU?
I would go to see that movie.
All right. So you can't really go wrong either way.
Vanilla Ice already has his Kung Fu franchise with the Ninja Turtle.
That's true. And of course, one of the all-time great moments in all of rap is "Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go."
Yeah.
But
It is indeed.
you know, made Mrs. the Unicorn watch that. She had never seen that. I sadly saw that in the theater. I shouldn't admit that, but it happened. Yeah.
That's your secret of
That
the news.
that is my secret of the use. All right. In an effort to be more environmentally friendly, you should change your name to either Michael Ian Green
Ba-dum-bum.
or Recycling McUseItAll.
I go with Recycling McUseItAll. That sounds like a Jeff Garlandism, and I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Recycling McUseItAll. Sounds like a character that Roger would do on American Dad, doesn't it?
Kind of
A
does.
little bit. All right. Bigger waste of time trying to convince your spouse to give up reality TV shows or playing fantasy sports.
Fantasy sports is the biggest waste of time in human history.
I'm going to go with trying to convince your spouse to watch less reality.
So you would rather I play fantasy sports?
It would give
I
me
think
more
her
time
point-
to watch reality TV.
Yeah, I think her point is that there's no chance at convincing. There's not even an option to.
It isn't going to happen. It's a useless.
So you need to know if he's trying to convince me to give up reality TV.
Okay,
We're
and
watching Married to Rock.
And besides,
All right.
if you don't have reality TV
you're
shows,
watching.
if you don't watch reality TV shows, you've lost half our fodder for the show.
That's true. That's a
Steven
good point.
Seagal, Lawman alone, built this show.
That's true. That's true. Without Seagal, we'd be
We were
nowhere.
built
All right.
on a foundation of Jefferson Parish.
That's true. Can't wait to see Batman the musical or the Furby movie in 3D.
Batman the musical, I'll tell you why. Because there actually was one written by Jim Steinman of Meatloaf fame, and that alone makes me.
Excuse me while I
wanna
choke on
see
this
it right
beer.
now.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He wrote a Batman musical that never got produced. You can find some songs from it online.
It never got produced, sir.
Never got produced. It was too expensive. Much like Spider-Man, where people are breaking their bones just trying to put the show on.
I feel like, though, Batman the musical will be a little easier to pull off than Spider-Man the musical because Batman doesn't...
Has a hole in his mask?
Well, and also Batman doesn't have to, web sling.
No, but he
You know what I
around
mean?
the city an awful lot.
That's easy to pull off. I mean, look, they did it with Peter Pan. I mean, making a guy fly on stage is not a big deal, but the constant Spider-Man action, I think, is what was causing the problems with the stunts. But
It does seem that way.
plus, I think, you'd have a lot more opportunities with Batman singing. I mean, that'd be great, with a cape and everything.
That, and I don't want to see Furbies in 3D, 2D, or NED, really.
I just threw Furbies in because, they're Furbies.
Indeed they are.
All right, we're going to go right to our next segment, which is going to be This Week in Bacon. We're actually right on time for This Week in Bacon. We've got a couple of things I want to talk about for bacon. But here's an interesting thing. When we do this segment, this is how popular this segment has become. People expect it every week. They look forward to it, yada, yada. That's great. But we feature products. We talk about bacon products. We talk about bacon recipes, things like that. We started discussing, when this product first came out, we started talking about a product I have at Thinky called My First Bacon, which is the talking...
I'm bacon!
Right.
Yeah.
The brilliant talking bacon buddy. He's like a stuffed piece of
Your
piece of
kosher
bacon.
little friend.
Your kosher friend talks to you. He's got,
What's up, everybody?
I think he only says I'm bacon, but
But he should say,
but
"Hi,
we featured him on the show, okay? We featured him on the show. We talked about him. I found out, okay, I was given a My First Bacon as a gift. I don't have it yet because here's the thing. It's so popular that it's on back order for like weeks and weeks at a time. It is
A lot
essentially...
of people are getting their first bacon.
It has become the Tickle Me Elmo for adults of this year of toys. Remember how
like Tickle Me Elmo wasn't already for adults?
well, that's true. But remember when Tickle Me Elmo was like the hot toy, you couldn't get it, no one could get Tickle Me Elmo. Remember that?
I do.
End of '96. That is now our bacon buddy. My First Bacon is that toy. I would like to say it's partially because of us discussing it on This Week in Bacon and promoting it so much. All right, let's see. Oh, we've got 5 tweets. All pick Jedi mind trick over the lightsaber.
I'm alone. I guess it's just because, being a little kid, I always wanted a lightsaber and still do.
I would love to have a lightsaber. I think a lightsaber would be amazing. I do think the Jedi mind trick might come in a little more
Anyone who
handy.
doesn't fall for your Jedi mind trick, kill him with the lightsaber.
Kill him with a lightsaber. Well, that's the benefit of being an actual Jedi
Why
Knight.
you have 2 hands as a Jedi.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. If you're a full Jedi, see, you wouldn't be a full Jedi Knight. You just have one power, either the weapon
Do
or
I have to have that stupid rat tail?
No.
Good.
No, you do not.
Everyone think you have a lightsaber?
Right.
Valid point.
That's exactly right.
You got me there. Well played, sir.
That's true. Or you could convince them. You could convince them that your LED flashlight is a lightsaber, and they would go for that.
That's true.
All right. So we're gonna talk about this week in bacon, and one of the things now, there's this Secret Santa gift exchange, and it's the world's largest. This is on the dailybeast.com.
The Daily Beast.
Yeah, the dailybeast.com.
Which is Steven Seagal, the new movie.
I was just going to say. I was thinking something right along those lines.
You can say any title and it works.
The belly of the Daily Beast.
Well, basically what this guy did was he started an online Secret Santa exchange, okay? And it was just an idea where, people who were communicating via social media could do a Secret Santa and exchange gifts and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing grew. He put it on a website called reddit.com, reddit.com.
Yeah,
and now they have 17,000 members, 90 countries, and all these people are swapping gifts in this Secret Santa exchange. Now, the reason this is cool, it's just cool because, hey,
I'm waiting for the bacon.
it's Secret Santa, but in addition, you've got apparently the most popular gifts on this are all bacon-related gifts.
Bacon lip balm.
Yeah.
I want
So we're going to talk about these real quick because they've got all these items on here, these bacon items, and these are the most popular
Bacon
gifts.
A Love Story. That's the name of my autobiography.
That's awesome. These are the most popular gifts on the world's biggest Secret Santa exchange, which you figure it's going to continue to grow and grow. If it's already this popular and they continue it, and it continues getting press and getting talked about, it's going to continue to grow. I happen to think that's pretty cool. I think it'd be really great if it just became a thing where everybody at some point, as part of Christmas tradition or holiday tradition, went online and did Secret Santa with someone online. That would be amazing. That would be really cool. And it would be even cooler if they continue to give these bacon-related gifts. Now, yes, the first one we've seen here is the Bacon a Love Story. It's a salty survey of everyone's favorite meat. They've got the bacon lollipops on here as well.
Delicious.
Everyone loves.
My mouth full.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like bacon lollipops. They got the bacon coffee. You can get into some bacon flavored coffee. It seems a little redundant though to me to have bacon flavored coffee.
No, it's maple
Right?
bacon.
Maple bacon coffee.
Bachelor guy.
It is called Boss Hog. You gotta love that, right?
Bachelor guy on Twitter has offered to share his maple bacon coffee with you.
Well, tell Bachelor Guy on Twitter that we appreciate that. We will take him up on that.
Survival bacon?
Yeah, there's a couple. This is Yoder's survival bacon. There's a couple different types of canned bacon. There's one called Tackback, which is tactical bacon,
Nice.
and it's bacon in a can.
Is that what you want?
Actually, Tactical Bacon is a
Right,
great name for a band.
If you're tactical bacon, it would be. That's a good question. If you're in a survival type situation where you're having to eat canned food, would you necessarily want bacon in that situation?
You would not, because
You probably would not.
You'd be thirsty for the rest of your life.
That's right.
Until you're murdered by terrorists moments later.
Bacon brittle. Sir Francis Bacon Peanut Brittle. Hickory smoked bacon from Tennessee and sweet Spanish type peanuts.
That was probably pretty good.
That actually does look pretty good. And here's the one that you found to be so gross, the bacon lip balm.
Grease up those lips.
Moist and meaty around the clock.
I'm sure you can.
Well, here's the thing. What I would say about the bacon lip balm is this. They've just had that whole commercial, Taco Bell did a whole commercial where the girl took like a bacon product into the club to meet guys, to attract guys. Bacon lip gloss. You want to hook up with a guy and impress him.
Yeah.
Put some of that on.
It's like that Taco Bell commercial. They're carrying the bacon chalupa in their purse to attract guys.
That's exactly the one I was referring to.
Gotcha.
Gourmet bacon chocolate. I don't know about bacon chocolate. I like bacon with a lot.
Like bacon,
the bacon
pretzels. It's like salty and sweet.
I guess I could see that, but the pretzel's crunchy. The bacon, would have to be really.
The bacon is really
Is it amazing?
crunchy. The Cookie Maven will be making some of those for later on in the season.
Okay.
I'd rather bacon pie though.
Yeah, the bacon pumpkin pie would be a good one.
Bacon covered in chocolate is
We've got the bacon belt. Now this just looks cool. That looks neat. That's awesome.
But I want to call bullshit on that picture because no one that thin will be wearing a bacon belt.
I agree on that. No one that thin would be wearing a bacon
It's going to
belt.
be
That's
me and
absolutely
Steven
true.
Seagal, and that's it.
I look like the puppy shirt.
It did look a little like the puffy shirt. Bacon soap. Again, we don't recommend bacon soap if you're going to go camping.
Or in public anywhere.
Or if you're going to be.
And if you're not going in public anywhere, you already smell like bacon, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
Don't use bacon soap and go to the zoo, for example. That's not a good idea. All right. Let's see. We got bacon Band-Aids, which, I think if I did have bacon Band-Aids on this finger, it would look a lot better than this giant Kermit looking.
And I like that they're also
green.
shaped like bacon. It's not just.
Well, yeah.
But they also have like they look bacony.
And then we've got the bacon floss. Of course, because if you're gonna floss your teeth, it might as well be with bacon.
Absolutely.
Right?
Mint is so 2000.
Yeah, mint is so. That's
Mint
so.
is 2000 and late.
That's so last millennium. All right.
What are you doing?
All right. We got bacon wallet. Now I like the bacon wallet, although
How do I not have that?
How do you find this?
I have a real feeling that I have.
You can bring home the bacon.
Well.
And bacon.
Oh, come on. I stole that from the thing it says right there.
Okay, all right.
Give me a break.
I would say this, though, as far as the bacon wallet, my only fear would be if I were really inebriated, I might be tempted to try to eat it.
Bacon.
Might try to take a bite out of it.
They're gonna have like bacon money next. Like I have these 3 bacon strips.
It's very possible.
You can barter with
It
bacon.
wouldn't surprise me if the U.S. Mint put out bacon currency.
Would you
It could happen. Could happen.
If it smells like dead people.
Bacon air freshener. Bacon air freshener.
A lot of those are available.
I don't know how I feel about them referring
sweet
to it
salt
as
meat
sweet salt
candy.
meat candy.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Meat candy in itself is a bit of a disturbing way to talk about it.
Yeah, like a chocolate
Right.
hard candy or something.
Oh God.
Calling this hard candy.
Oh yeah, here, have a whitefish lollipop.
Do you
No,
have a mop?
thank you.
Because I'm going to throw up on your floor.
Seriously, dude.
Well, they have like insects and candy. I have insects and candy. But
And guess what I'm not eating? Insects in candy or anything else.
Chocolate covered ants, dude.
You can have the chocolate covered ants. You can keep the chocolate covered grasshoppers. I will eat the chocolate covered bacon. 877-404-0838. We're going to get into our final segment here. I see the look on your face, Beans. I see the look on your face.
It was a dare.
I would have lost that dare, happily.
Even if it was a triple dog dare?
Happily, I'd enjoy it.
It was a triple doggy dare.
I don't care. I'd enjoy losing that dare.
And apparently,
All right.
triple doggy style dare, you have to take it.
Hey, there's our first hashtag. Hashtag doggy style dare. I don't know what that means,
That's a
but
whole new connotation.
All
I
right.
don't know what it means either, but Snoop Dogg is all over it.
and what a great way to go into our last segment of the show.
Frog is going to be all over that.
What a great way to go into our final segment of the show.
What you consider to be needless
Great
nudity.
moments in needless nudity. We're going to go down the list. Hold on. We want people to respond on Twitter if they have a great moment in needless nudity that occurs in a film where you say, you know what, we really just didn't need to see that. That nudity, while appreciated, totally unnecessary, absolutely pointless, completely gratuitous, and we love it.
Now, I have to go gay for a moment and disagree with your very
Well, hold on.
first choice.
Let me hold on. Let me actually state what it is before you start putting me down on it.
I would have definitely mentioned
My first example of a great moment in needless nudity. First one, because I know you're going to disagree with it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Kevin Bacon and Wild Things.
Now, tell me.
Speaking of Weekend Bacon. Oh, yeah. He turns around in the shower at the end and just gives Matt Dillon, it's almost as if he's like, you know what? I really want Matt Dillon to see my penis. Let me write it into the script here.
But then how come you're not complaining about Denise Richards in the very same movie?
Because Denise
Why?
Richards and that's Kevin Bacon.
But that's the thing.
Because,
There's plenty of women
hold
who are
on.
watching the
Here's
movie.
why. Because at the time that Denise Richards is nude in the film, she's engaged in sexual activity. which
So
is
because
central,
you're showering?
which is a plot point, which is a plot point central, which is a plot point central to the film. Whereas Kevin Bacon just randomly turning around in the shower and showing the goods, dropping the Cyclops, that in of itself is not a necessary plot device in the film. As you say, it's just for the ladies.
All right, can I interject?
It's to balance all the boobs in the movie. Go ahead.
This is the core and producer of the show. I just got to interject. There was so much eye candy and so much hotness for the men in that movie. And ladies, listen, Denise Richards was hot, and Ned Campbell super hot. So not
with a no nudity clause,
which we want to discuss an actor whose career went plop. There you go, Ned Campbell.
Scream
Scream
4 is coming.
Soon, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Bet she dies in the opening scene.
Something in for the ladies. You got to give us a little something. And Kevin Bacon's penis was nice. Not so bad. It was enjoyable. It was a little.
Totally gratuitous. Absolutely gratuitous. Absolutely gratuitous, and in no way advanced the plot.
I think the ladies
didn't make any sense.
I don't think Denise Richards being naked advanced the plot either. They managed to do that without Ned Campbell showing anything.
Yeah. Once again, the fact that they were all engaged in sexual activity and that was relevant to the plot. Kevin Bacon being naked in the shower in that scene had nothing to do with the plot of the movie.
That movie
nothing
is
at all.
All about being gratuitous.
Nothing at all.
Though. That's the whole point of the movie. From the gratuitous Bill Murray to the gratuitous thick-cut peppered bacon.
You got to say Kevin's bacon.
That's true.
I want to throw out one that you don't have on your list.
Okay, go ahead.
Sin City. Great movie. Absolutely great movie.
Except the only person who's not naked in the movie is the stripper.
Yeah. The stripper is the only one not naked, which makes no sense.
It doesn't make it. Oh, she's got a lasso. Well, that's hot. Come on.
Lassos are hot, but full-on unnecessary nudity throughout the whole rest of that movie by the entire rest of the cast, and I just didn't get it. So I'm going with Sin City. That's my pick.
I would agree that.
And I like nudity.
I would agree that the Sin City nudity, a lot of it was unnecessary. Okay. All right. The next one. This one's going to be a bit of an unpopular one, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. Halle Berry and Swordfish.
That's awesome, though.
I agree. Oh, I agree. It's awesome. I mean, it's like looking at a Da Vinci painting. It's beautiful, right? It's like Katie Holmes in was it The Crush or whatever?
The Gift.
The Gift. Amazing, life-changing, wonderful event. Really enjoyed it. Totally didn't need to be in the film.
I agree with you for one reason.
Because she's sunbathing nude and she's black?
No, which is an interesting thought. But no. The reason I agree with you is because of that scene, I actually sat through Swordfish. That movie was horrible.
What about John Travolta's haircut?
That was the one where he was all like sloppy in his face.
You've made the point right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad. Although Travolta has gone from being, as you just did, which that was pretty good old school Travolta if you want to throw it out there again. He went from being the sweat hog, oh my God, I don't know, it's really weird, there's something over here. I agree. Okay, that's fine. But then he ended up becoming quiet, contemplative Travolta right around Pulp Fiction.
Well, yeah, but then he did The Punisher, so you know.
That's true. So we can agree then that Halle Berry and Swordfish, unnecessary nudity? Do we agree? Do we agree?
The whole movie was almost built, like, the whole marketing campaign was built around...
It was. In
fact, how gratuitous and unnecessary this is going to be.
Right. Well, in fact, yes, it brings to mind another film, Striptease with Demi Moore, where the entire film, and this is a good point, Swordfish, the entire marketing the entire buzz, let's say, about that they created for that film was all about the fact that wink, wink, nudge, nudge, topless Halle Berry, wink, wink,
Hugh
nudge,
Jackman
nudge.
wasn't really a star yet, and Travolta was, Travolta. So.
Okay, but my point is, they've done it. It's happened a couple times where the gratuitous, unnecessary nudity in a film becomes the marketing linchpin of why people are supposed to go see the film. And in every case where that happens, the movie itself, crap. Absolute crap. You might as well say, you know what? We've got Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio in this film, topless. And build the marketing campaign around that. At least people will know immediately this movie's just garbage. It's not going to be good at all.
But she was topless in The Color of Money, and that was great.
That's
Terrible
why they
film.
have topless Halle
That's
Berry.
a good movie.
But I'm just saying, anytime,
Okay.
anytime you, hold on, anytime, my point is, anytime you build a film or create the idea that the reason people are going to want to see the film is for nudity, a specific actress, for example, high-paid, famous actress, it fails.
Are you trying, sir, to suggest that Showgirls isn't great?
Oh, we were just Showgirls. We were just Showgirls.
Yes, sir.
That is the only thing that it had going for it.
So
It had to have.
I would say,
possibly the worst movie ever made.
yes.
But you can't look away.
Hold on, but Showgirls,
I said good day.
every
Get a rack like that.
every bit of nudity. What rack? She had no rack. All right, every bit of nudity in that film was completely necessary and absolutely required because there's no way you could watch that flaming turd otherwise.
Really? Because they show it on VH1 all the time, and for some reason I
And they
still watch
blur
it.
it out. Yeah, it's hilarious.
I refuse to watch Showgirls if it's edited. I'm not watching it.
Me, and I gotta say,
I would rather just watch Saved by the Bell. I'm not watching it without the nudity. It's worthless.
If they had Showgirls with Kelly Kapowski, I think it would have made so much more money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, no doubt. Even if Lark Voorhees was in Showgirls, it would have been so much better. Lisa Turtle and Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen and Lark Voorhees. Ye who has never seen Saved by the Bell, which I can't believe. All right. Let's get back to our
I'm an old man.
It's true. Unnecessary nudity. Anytime Harvey Keitel is showing the ween, I have a problem with that.
It actually got me very nervous because he was doing that in Bad Lieutenant and then right again in the piano. And then his next movie after that was Monkey Trouble, and I got very nervous.
Right.
Because I was waiting
because it was like 12-year-old Thora Birch. Yeah.
For poor little Thora Birch.
Again, though, in for instance, what's the police one?
Bad Lieutenant.
Again, it's one of those things where for the ladies, it's a little something. It's not a great movie.
A very little something.
Very little something.
If you think the idea of a nude Harvey Keitel is what's going to appeal to the ladies, we got to talk because seriously,
Well, Bad Lieutenant.
Bad Lieutenant's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Second one's a lot more fun.
Well, naturally you got Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage, Port of Call, New Orleans. All right. But again, there's just, I mean,
he's got a lucky crack pipe.
It just, here's my thing. It's just that because, like you say, Harvey Keitel just kind of got into this mode where he was like, I'm gonna just show my dick in every movie I can
and make that weird whiny noise he does.
I'm just gonna flash this thing. I'm gonna show this off, right? And to that end, here's one which this is just pointless regardless because come on, Cynthia Nixon. Anytime Cynthia Nixon she was always going topless in Sex and the City, and why?
Never watched Sex and the City.
Why? But why? Have you ever seen Cynthia Nixon? Do you guys know Cynthia Nixon? The redhead from Sex and the City.
She's a lesbian.
She's
a lesbian. Yeah, total lesbian.
There you go. Okay, I mean, dude, seriously. Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. Okay, let's see. Cocoon. At deep in your tonsils, Cocoon did not need nudity. I agree. I do not need to see Wilford Brimley's wrinkled butt.
I don't remember nudity in Cocoon. I remember it in Space Cowboys, which was alarming.
When they were getting in the pool, there were some old man butt in that movie.
Since I was a kid.
Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. I like everybody else.
Well, I mean, Wolverine was PG-13. There wasn't actually nudity.
Didn't see Wolverine, so I wouldn't know.
You're one of the lucky ones.
I am one of the lucky ones. Now. Since we've been discussing all the unnecessary nudity, which, you know, you could even add Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse, our favorite film. The unnecessary butt moonwalk, the moonbeam walk.
It's an 80s action
movie.
A la
Emilio Estevez from Loaded Weapon 1. We just talked about how he's disappeared.
Taking my unmotivated butt in the moonbeam walk.
There you go. All right. It should have been Kathy Ireland taking that walk is what it should have been. Much more entertaining. All right.
Whatever stops her.
But anyway, Cynthia Nixon, what's the point? There's nothing to show. There's nothing there.
I have a Y chromosome. I've never seen Sex and the City. I don't even know.
You're lucky. I don't know how it is. I don't know how it is. You're involved. You're married. You have a relationship with a lady, and yet you've never been forced to watch Sex and the City. You're a lucky beans. You know that? You're a lucky beans.
Robot Embassy has one.
What's Robot Embassy got?
We're getting Sarah Marshall. He says that was unnecessary nudity. He did not want to see Jason Segal's butt.
That was all.
You saw a lot more than Segal's butt.
I thought it was very.
It was very high.
There was a lot of it was pretty unnecessary.
It was but he did it for a laugh, which kind of makes you.
Not only that, he also did that because when he broke up with his girlfriend, where the movie was based on his breaking up with Linda Cardellini. And when Linda Cardellini broke up with him, when they broke up, he was actually nude at the time. So, and he thought, looking back on that, that was the funny thing that he took out of that breakup was that, you know, the breakup sucked, it was terrible, and she broke up with me while I was naked. And he thought that was hilarious, and so he put it in the movie. So I disagree a little bit on that one.
True story?
It's based on, well, it's not, it's based
should
on.
repress all those DVDs based on a true story.
Yeah, it's not based on a true story. It's just he was inspired to write the movie based on this relationship that he had had.
Oh, and we got another one, Louis Aponte, the subconscious porn shot in Fight Club, where they flicker like that
Right.
very quick penis shot.
Yeah, but again, I think based on.
But that makes that. I mean that was actually fitting because
Right.
of the movie was.
Right,
I mean,
exactly. Again, I agree. I agree on that. It's something where it's part of the film. It makes sense for the context of the
Right,
movie.
that's not really gratuitous. I mean,
Right.
that-
What's that? Fight Club?
He thought there should have been more subliminal penises in there.
Edward Norton nudity. We're gonna go with that one.
Extra nudity. Extra nudity.
Unnecessary nudity needed.
Didn't happen. I'm sorry.
I know.
All right. So, all right. I mean, I don't know. It's I guess the criteria for the unnecessary nudity, and again, we kind of have to define it, is not just, oh, they're naked in a film, that's bad. Because, no, nudity is great. We love it. And especially in film, it's even better. But it has to make some sense to the plot. It can't just be, for example, in Thanksgiving.
Which I still haven't watched.
A huge amount of, the first probably 7 minutes. First 7 minutes of the movie, okay?
But I mean, slasher movies need nudity. It's like any Friday the 13th.
They do. But in that
premarital sex, yoink.
Yoink. But in that particular film, it's just a topless woman in a sort of pilgrim outfit, but with her boobs out, sliding down a hill, being chased by this killer turkey. You don't even see the killer turkey. You have no idea. It's just
who's looking at the killer turkey.
It's literally you're literally going. There's 7 minutes of a woman topless sliding down a hill, screaming.
Now,
What is going?
Excuse me, I have to go watch Thanksgiving.
What is going on?
If you had told me that, I would have watched it by now.
Well, now you have motivation. The unnecessary nudity in the film has motivated you.
I'll be watching that tonight rather than finishing the Black Christmas remake that I fell asleep during last night.
All right, 877-404-0838 if anyone wants to get in on their moments of unnecessary nudity. Or on Twitter at Frank the Unicorn. Being handed one here. I got to disagree with this one. Yeah, I got to totally disagree with this one. FSU Toby says Jamie Lee Curtis in Trading Places.
Bull hockey.
I'm going to say this. We all need to stand up and applaud Jamie Lee Curtis Brack in that film. This is a standing ovation in honor of JamieLee Curtis and her fantastic Trading Places rack because it was amazing.
As soon as we finish the show, I'm going to go buy some Activia.
I'm going to buy some Activia. I'm going to take off my pants. I'm going to smear the Activia on myself and watch Trading Places. That's what I'm going to do, sir.
For a good night tonight.
Hey, by the way,
be careful. There's live and active cultures in
and
there.
by the way, Beans, you just got showed up. All right, we got a live caller coming in. Let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air.
Please be Jamie Lee Curtis.
Please be Jamie Lee Curtis. Caller, you're on the air.
Or not.
Caller, you are on the air. You're not on the air, caller.
Besides Caddyshack, Trading Places is my second favorite movie.
All right, caller, now you're on the air again. You're on the horn. Go for it.
Technique.
Nope, they hung up. All right. Yeah, Trading Places is a great movie.
Where did we get the 800 number from? Because maybe it's like a digit off.
No, that's us. 877-404-0838.
People think we're going to change their long distance service.
No. Did we watch Human Centipede? No, we did not watch Human Centipede.
I added it to my queue.
Did you add it to your queue? You're going to be watching it?
And I have to attack people.
Is it like a sci-fi movie, or what's
It's
the deal?
a horror movie.
It's just
It's a horror movie. They're in like a basement and they trap this guy.
I do have my favorite Christmas card I got this year was the Human Centipede.
The Human Centipede. That's hilarious.
Sticking faces in acid. Yeah, there you go. There's a sandwich.
It's the Human Centipede, which is what the director of the Human Centipede sent out to his friends and family for Christmas. Was, the Human Centipede.
And you happen to be on that list. And you happen to be on the list with the Human.
I'm not, but I saw it on a Badass Digest.
I see. All right. So that was weird. We got our first 800 call, and then the caller hung up on us. All right. 877-404-0838. We're talking about great moments and unnecessary nudity. If you have a question for Bushwood, you can ask them. They're here with us in studio.
We're going to have to check this 1-800 number.
We are going to have to check this 1-800 number.
That it hasn't gone through.
That it hasn't
We
gone
have a
through.
caller up again.
Well, let's see.
Callers before.
Let's see. We also have the other number, 347-326-9700. Caller, you're on the horn.
Hello?
Welcome, caller. Hello.
Oh, hey, is this Frank the Unicorn?
This is Frank the Unicorn. Who's this?
This is...
Just make up a name.
Hello?
Yep.
This is Kim.
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 All right, Kim, and great moment. We're talking great moments and unnecessary nudity. What do you got for us?
All right, well, I have something a little bit different, something that really grinds my gears.
Oh, boy. All right, here we go. All right.
You know what really grinds my gears, Frank the Unicorn? Constantly, there's nudity in movies. You always see girls' boobs or girls' butts, or you never see full frontal male or male tuchus anymore. Like it's just very disappointing.
We started with talking about
Yes.
Bacon.
Hold on.
You got your Harvey Keitel, your James Woods, your Willem Dafoe.
We've got some films for you. If you want to see some man nudity. First, you could rent the film Shortcuts if you want to get a good look at Huey Lewis's news.
Seriously, that thing has a spine.
That thing is huge. He's got the biggest penis I've ever seen. It's like a trombone.
It has a knee in it.
It's got a
Why
slide.
do you show boobs all the time, but like never penis?
Well, there are some films, and I agree with you that yes, the female nudity is so overwrought and it's so excessive. But here, I'm going to give you some more films. You can see, like I said, Huey Lewis's Shortcuts. You can. You know what? You put that in the radio for us just a little bit and get a little feedback on this end.
Oh, my phone on speaker. Sorry about that. Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
I would say we've got that one. Okay, we've got.
Jackass 3D.
Apparently,
There's a lot of penis in Jackass 3D, and I walk out.
I don't know that you'd want to see those penises, but Boogie Nights. How about Boogie Nights?
Boogie Nights? Yeah, everybody's seen Boogie Nights.
Okay.
Prosthetic penis, but I guess it works.
It is prosthetic, but it would serve.
You got Willem Dafoe and Antichrist if you want to see something horrible happen to it.
There you go. Let's see what else. We got James Woods. He does it a bunch of times. Videodrome, didn't he?
No, but Curse of the Starving Class, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Curse of the James Wood, and it's again.
He's named accurately.
Yes, he is named accurately.
You got Ben Stiller.
I saw
Black
Swan over the weekend, and there's so much masturbation in that movie. It's not even funny.
Oh, you're talking about Black Swan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard. I'm glad you brought that up, Kim. Thank you. I've heard nothing but fantastic reviews of Black Swan.
Oh no, it's an amazing movie. It's so good, but I mean, I just really wasn't expecting to see, so much like masturbation and so much girl on girl. Like at one point, this girl went down on another girl and came up and like wiped her mouth.
Wow. And where is this film playing?
Anywhere, and not just jerk shacks, just like normal movie theaters.
Jerk shacks. Wait,
Come on down.
Oh. Hashtag that one for us, because that's one we don't hear too often.
Jerk shack.
That's a good one. I think you just gave us the whole phrase of the entire show. Jerk Shack.
Nice.
There's a band name. Jerk
Change
Shack.
the name of the show, actually.
Is that like the Love Shack?
Frank the Unicorn's Jerk
Or
Shack.
Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
That could work too. All right, so let's give Kim some more ideas of good male nudity. What other films can we?
Dave Foley of Kids in the Hall and Postal.
Dave Foley and Postal. I don't know if we.
Toby.
I'm sorry that you'd have to sit through Postal, but.
Oh, should go to the AVW.
Adult Video Warehouse.
Adult Video Warehouse.
Hey, it's open all
The one on Powerline?
Yeah, she evidently knows where it is. That's right. It is on Powerline. That's correct.
Also, suggestions have come in to watch Bruno. There's some male nudity in Bruno.
Oh yeah. If you want male,
penises,
if you want male nudity, then you got.
And there's
Yeah, but I want like hot male nudity. I don't want to watch some saggy ball sack.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Robin Williams in World's Greatest Dad.
Robin Williams, the world's greatest dad. But she just said she
Who
wants.
the hell wants to see Robin Williams naked?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Hey, you're the
you know
one
what?
asking for nudity.
If you look at a shag carpet, you're looking at Robin Williams naked, right? Look at
I mean, pretty much.
Just cover.
You strap a schlong on and you have Robin Williams. There you go.
Oh God. All right.
Borat. Tell her.
Borat, I know, but she wants good male nudity. Best one for her. Go ahead. Kim, this is our,
Okay.
apparently this is our best suggestion.
This is the Frank the Unicorn producer. You got our seal of approval on this one. We're going with Vincent Gallo and Brown Bunny.
Well, okay, all right, hold on. Kim, are you familiar with the film Brown Bunny? Because it's not just penis that goes on in that movie. And I
Brown Bunny.
It's about 3 hours of driving.
Here's the thing. The Brown Bunny, okay, I cannot recommend. Here's why, and I'm gonna tell Kim why. Because we appreciate her calling in, and we don't want to mislead her. The penis scene in Brown Bunny is not just a penis scene. It's a full-on hardcore. Yes, it's a full hardcore scene where actor Chloe Sevigny fillets Vincent Gallo in a hotel room.
Wrote and directed the movie.
Right. Who conveniently wrote, directed, and produced the movie.
And they were dating.
She fillets him in a hotel room at the end of the film. The whole 3 hours prior to that is him on a motorcycle driving across the country. That's it.
Just look it up online.
YouTube.
I'm not saying Kim should watch any of the film. I'm just saying she should YouTube the part of the film.
Yep. You can't YouTube that.
All right.
Google it. You're gonna have to.
Don't they have that website Celebrity Skim where you can see?
I'm not. No, we're not promoting. We're not promoting those guys. I know, but I can't tell her to go to a pay website and pay money to see that. Yes, absolutely.
Google the Brown Bunny blowjob. That's all you gotta do.
There you go. Bushwood.
Brown Bunny blowjobs.
Yes, Bushwood's giving you the 411.
Trust me, we know it.
Is that gonna come up like animal porn on my computer?
No.
I'm not into bestiality, man.
No. Wow, this show is really taking a left turn, hasn't it? Are we?
The show's curving a little.
It's definitely curving a left. Are we even here still?
I'm not.
We've got about 3 minutes
I
left.
checked out when they told me about Black Swan.
I mentally checked out. Yeah.
Hands out of your pants, boys. Come on.
Oh no. We're all no, not none of that. We're
I think the girls like it more.
No. Okay. Yeah. This is so bizarre for us because this is totally not. All right. I guess we have to expect this when we start talking about nudity,
That's
right?
what's gonna happen.
It's gonna get a little out there. All right. So Kim, I hope we've given you some good suggestions as far as some good male nudity.
You did, and I really appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. And let me ask you this: do you have one example of just the most egregious, offensive nudity, just where you said, you know what, this is just so not necessary. I don't even know why this is in the film.
Borat.
Yes.
I would agree.
What?
Didn't need to see the thong pulled over his shoulders.
Madden song.
No, definitely not.
I would think the wrestling scene was a lot worse.
The wrestling
than
scene
that.
was pretty awful.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about is the wrestling scene.
Wrestling scene. All right. All right. Cool. Well, Kim, listen. I really appreciate you calling the show. And
Thank you for having me on, and keep on keeping on.
Thank you very much. It's our pleasure, and we hope we get to talk to you next week. If you give us a listen next week, and maybe we'll get to see you out at one of these live events one day.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you, Kim.
Okay,
All right.
I've got a quick one for you because I know we're going off air in just a few minutes.
Yeah, we got about 2 minutes left.
Unnecessary nudity from Robot Embassy, Kathy Bates in About Schmidt.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yes. That's probably the best unnecessary nudity. Because Kathy Bates
That was
shouldn't...
her idea.
Yeah, Kathy Bates shouldn't be nude in her own shower.
I saw an interview with her, and they were talking about, they had asked her if she would do this hot tub scene with Jack Nicholson. She's like, all right, but I'm going to be naked. They're like, well, your character doesn't have to be naked. No, if I'm getting in a hot tub with Jack Nicholson, I'm going to be naked.
Nice.
So I got to give her props for that.
All right.
And a good tweet from Via Bunny, which is to tell Kim to watch the Shake Weight commercial. That's not the unnecessary nudity, but it's full-on unnecessary sexuality.
I would agree with that. The shake weight is hilarious. All right. We got about a minute left, so we're going to wrap up the show. I want to take a minute real quick. We're going to thank our in-studio guests for being with us. They were loud and fun. I want to thank. Well, I was gonna thank them last. I wanted to thank our co-host Bean. I want to thank Bushwood for coming in. You guys were great. I really appreciate you guys coming out. We want you guys, everybody, check out the band online, bushwoodband.com, and on Twitter as well, Bushwood Band. And what do you? You're just check out the Brown Bunny out there. Support Vincent Gallo. And we'll be on next week again, 7 to 9 p.m. with the Frank the Unicorn radio program. Check us out online, franktheunicorn.com, or on Twitter at Frank the Unicorn. And don't forget, we've got our live broadcast coming up from World of Beer on February 13th. That's where you're going to come get horny with Frank the Unicorn, a live broadcast. That'll be great. Day before Valentine's Day, so you got no reason not to come out. It's going to be much harder to hear than tonight, possibly, although we're about ready to start upgrading our equipment, because now we have the new 1-800 number, which is great. And we want to hear from you next week at 877-404-0838 at franktheunicorn.com. And that is the end of our show. Thank you all very much. Once again, thanks to Bushwood. Check them out. And remember to support local music, because that's what it's all about, local artistic creativity. There you go. It is easy to say. All right, we're out. See you next week.